From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Roz and Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Cardi B wishes that she could sort of go back in time. But most people want to go back in time so they can change things in their lives so they can become famous. Cardi B wants to go back in time so she can avoid being famous. Listen to this.
If y'all ever wish to be rich and famous, don't wish to be famous. Wish to be rich. I'm so sick of it. I hate it.
Really?
Why me? Why me? I feel like God cursed me with fame. If I could click my feet 3 times and go back to 2013, when I was just a regular bitch, dancing and making money every single night, that's where I want to be. That's when I was me. I don't even understand how I always get in trouble. I feel like I'm always in trouble. I feel like I'm a celebrity that always be in the principal's office.
Yo, she only wants to go back 9 years?
Yeah. But here's the thing, though, is that Cardi B, now that you are super rich and super famous, you can say that you want to go back to just being a stripper. But when you were a stripper, all you wanted to do was be Cardi B now.
Right. You wanted to be rich and famous.
You wanted to be rich and famous.
So
I don't know, man. If you could go back, Maury, if you could go back any year, not that you're not
15
living your
years
perfect
ago.
life. Wow, I wasn't even finished my
when I was
sentence,
single,
man.
like so that I can go party again.
Oh,
like I love married life, but I
No,
just,
you don't?
Like, but I no, I really
that
do. But I just miss
Shows.
going to a nightclub and like, who am I going to take home that night?
Okay, Maury, if there was a door.
Wow.
Please.
No
Which
one.
we all Maury, we all know that never like you may have thought that to yourself.
Yeah.
But nothing ever happened.
Yeah, but at least I had a chance.
No, you didn't.
Maury, if you okay. Yeah, okay. Maury, if there was a door in the condo, okay, that if you opened it, it would take you into like a super hot gay bar 15 years ago.
Fly, what up, Fly nightclub?
Okay, if you open that door and you could immediately walk through to Fly nightclub from 15 years ago, how often would you be in that room?
At least once a day.
Once a
day?
Wow. Damn, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So, Raptors, huh?
Ah, shush.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. My God.
Why you got to talk about that? Why you got to bring up old stuff? That happened yesterday.
Did I come in too hot?
Bro, what a slaughtering last night, huh?
I know. Does that make it worse? It makes it worse,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Because
no, Sham?
No,
Sham
it
says
really
no.
does, Sham.
No, I'm going to tell you why it doesn't for me.
Yeah,
Because,
go
look, the Raptors lost badly, and it sucked last night. It really hurt. But
Just to recap, 132.97 is what we're talking about.
That's a big gap. That's
Okay.
a
But you
big
got to
gap.
remember, the Raptors were playing without their starting point guard, their leader,
Yes.
their all-star,
Yes, I agree.
and found a way to take this team that has championship aspirations in Philadelphia, to 6 games after getting blown out the first 2. They showed a lot of heart. I don't know what happened in the third quarter last night, but they showed a lot of heart, so I'm okay.
Listen,
okay today.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying, right? But when you look at the way Philly came in last night, right? They were on a mission for this to not go to 7.
Uh-huh.
Because the
Who the
storyline,
hell wants a 7?
right?
Jesus.
But even still, to have the Toronto Raptors come back from a 3-0 deficit, series deficit,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Philly didn't want to be on the bad side of that story, right?
No.
So they came in to change the ending of that story with like an exclamation point.
Sure. They did what they were supposed to do at the end of the day. And there's a reason that nobody has come back from 3-0, right? It's really difficult to do.
Yeah.
Right?
So that score, though, huh?
Oh,
man, come
God.
on, bro.
132.97?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't
I
sit
saw
well with-
fans leaving. There was a great video that I was watching last night of fans leaving early, and then everybody in Jurassic Park was yelling at them, telling them to go back in.
Amen. Amen to
Yo,
those fans.
I will say, the fans at Jurassic Park are
Yeah.
like loyal as hell.
Yes.
Right? And they stay right to the bitter end.
Yes.
So
They should be there. They should be
Drake
inside.
stayed to the very end.
Did he?
No, he left early.
Did
No,
he?
no, he was in the
He left
in
the court early, but then you're right. He was
He
behind.
was standing there to
backstage.
clap everyone as they were
Yeah.
leaving. His son, he sent his son home early though.
Yeah, you don't want to expose your child to that kind of a loss. Right? I know long-term memory at that age. Like I think his kid's like 4 now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He looks so cute in his headphones.
I know he really did. You know.
Now, did he get his own seat, or does he have to sit on his dad's lap the
He sat
whole
on his
game?
dad's lap the
He
whole
sat on his dad's lap.
The whole game?
Well, for portions of it, like there were parts of the game where like nobody was sitting there. Like,
Are you
Drake was
allowed to
probably-
do that? Are you allowed to like say we're sharing a seat? Because that would be great if you could. Or is Drake allowed to say that?
I think
that
yeah.
age. I think if you're under the certain
No. You still need a seat.
You still need a seat.
Yeah, but
That's 2 tickets.
Like, who's gonna at the ACC or at Scotiabank Arena?
Yeah.
When Drake walks in with his kid, right?
Right.
Like, who's gonna say, "Oh, like you're already here with somebody else to sit in that seat
Well,
next to you"?
realistically, somebody should have, right?
Well, Drake sits next to the broadcast table. Couldn't they just put another
No,
chair
I
at the
know, but
broadcast
listen, let's
table?
okay.
Drake
let's-
gets a pass.
No,
Drake,
no,
I
no,
say
no,
Drake gets a pass.
No. Let's call it what it is, which is the only reason why Drake was able to bring a +1 for a single ticket was because he's Drake. That should never have been allowed to happen. Right? It should never be.
He's the team's ambassador.
I don't even think that you're allowed to do that for like fire and safety regulations. You can't double up on a seat, right? Like you just can't do. If you're at a game, okay, even if you and your wife Jenna went to a game and you had 2 seats and Jenna decided to sit on your lap instead of her seat,
Yeah,
an usher would come by and tell her to get off.
I know, but then, but that's different. That's a grown ass person sitting on your lap.
So what?
It's his
That
child,
kid's
man.
No. I think somebody should have said something.
No,
I don't think
I
that's
think
right.
Drake gets a
I don't
pass.
think that's right. I don't think that's right.
Listen, man, you should be more outraged that the Raptors lost and got slaughtered last night than the fact that Drake's son was sitting on his lap during the game.
Also,
for portions of the game.
Also,
you don't care that much.
No, you're right. I don't. Also, as a dad, okay,
Yeah.
I worry because at some point Drake is going to go back on tour, and man, you cannot have a kid on your lap for that long. You go numb, okay, and then Drake's getting at the age right now where rebounding. We know he has knee problems, okay. He had that surgery, he had to postpone the album and everything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rolled the ankle.
You can't have. Was it an ankle or a knee? Ankle? I don't know what
I
the
thought
hell
it
it
was
was.
both. I thought he had
Listen,
knee.
he's got bad legs.
Right.
Right. He's not. Drake. Listen. Okay. Drake. What's his thing? One. I'm gonna
Drake
I'm
at
gonna-
gmail.com.
Okay. I'm gonna email picture Drake right now of wheelchair Jimmy from Degrassi and say this is your future. This is your future. If you keep letting your kids sit on your knee for 5 hours, okay,
First of all.
you got to give those legs a break, old man. Okay? We can't do that. After a certain age, you can't do that. You can't have people sitting on your lap for that long. It's not good.
How
Any
is it that
doctor will
Ross
tell you.
Doesn't remember anybody's
you say?
name. Ross doesn't remember anyone's name except Wheelchair Jimmy.
Yeah, big time.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's a new book called Eating Royal. And in Eating Royal, they talk about the etiquette and certain ways that royalty, especially the queen, eat. And the one that has really taken off was the description of how the queen eats a banana. Okay.
Upside down?
No. Quote, this is how the queen would eat a banana. We don't peel it like a primate. Instead, using a fork, we hold it in place and then we cut off one end, then we cut off the other end. Then we turn the knife on its side and go into the skin. And then prizing it open. I don't even know what prizing it open means. These people talk way too weird for me, man. And then cut off a little bit at a time and eat it. So basically the queen eats a banana. She cuts the top and the bottom off of it, and then I guess they cut it into sections, almost like sushi, and then they cut that open, and then she eats it with a fork.
So ironically, I have a banana.
You
here
have
today.
a banana. Did you bring your fork and knife?
I did not bring
This
a
is
fork
why
and
you will
knife.
never marry into the royal family. You
So wait, so hold on.
pedestrian.
So I take a
low
banana
life.
and I
Yes.
put it on the table, right?
Yes.
And then I cut this end,
Yes,
the front,
yes.
or the what you would typically describe as the top of the banana.
Yes.
And then I cut this end, the bottom.
I believe yes.
And then slice it this way.
I think that's how she eats it.
And then take the knife and stick it in.
I don't know. I
this and
I think,
split it open.
I don't know. Well, let's call the queen because I'm still unsure. Okay, exactly how I get the cutting the top and the bottom off, but I'm not 100% sure on what you do after that with the fork and knife.
think it's my Uber Eats. Is this my Mexican pizza?
Okay. Your Majesty, we have not talked to you in a very, very long time. I know you're busy. You got the Jubilee coming up.
Roz, you know I'm single now, and
Wow.
well, I'm ripe for the picking.
Queen Mom, we're calling because we need to get clarification on this banana story and how you eat a banana and the way you slice it and where you put the knife and eating it with a fork and knife.
Hey, Roz, are you a banana peel?
No.
Because I've accidentally slipped into your DM.
Okay. But back to the story. So it goes like that. They describe that you cut off the top and the bottom of the banana with a fork and knife, and then you eat the rest with a fork and knife. But I'm unsure what you do with the fork and knife. Do you cut it like sushi?
What do bananas say when they answer the phone?
What?
Yellow.
Okay.
Now, Queen, has this been the way that you've eaten a banana like your entire life, or is this like something recent?
If Johnny Depp was a banana, what would he say to the judge?
What?
No.
I'm sure to win this case on appeal.
Okay. So is this the way that somebody told you to eat a banana, or is this the way that you just prefer to eat a banana?
What fruit do sheeps like the most?
Bananas.
Bananas.
Okay. Okay. The Queen is on the phone with us, by the way. Happy belated birthday. So when you have a banana, okay, is it on like a plate or is it on a platter? And is it a special fork and knife that you use to eat the banana? Like, are you using like a butter knife to cut the top and the bottom off, or like a steak knife?
In what position was the banana during the Tour de France?
What?
He was riding with the peloton.
Okay.
That makes zero sense whatsoever.
Okay, the peloton, Mocha. The peloton.
One final question for you, Queen Mom.
Yeah.
In your tactic of eating a banana, do you eat bananas in front of other people, or is this like a you-only situation?
Roz isn't dead. Bananas are yellow. I want to go out with that nice fellow.
Okay. I'm not single. I need to read this to you. She said, instead, using a fork, we hold it in place and then we cut off one end, then we cut off the other end. Then we turn the knife on its side and go into the skin. What does that mean? Like, how do you eat a banana that way?
Roz, hun, you put the ass in potassium.
Okay,
that was a good one.
Very flirty.
I got to go.
The queen is very flirty. Okay.
All right. Well, I don't think we're going to get the answers that we're looking for. Queen Elizabeth, thank you very much for answering our call and joining us again on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hey, Roz?
Yes.
Call me.
Stop it.
Yo, Doc, she wants you bad, huh?
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Last Friday of April,
So good.
May 1st is on Sunday. And we got another Roz and Mocha recap for you. We do this every month where Shem writes and performs a song recapping some of the biggest stories, biggest events that have happened in the month of April. Not only like in the world, but here on the Roz and Mocha Show as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he and Chris Kelly, who also works here at KISS, produce music videos for him. So we'll get that posted on social at some point today. But here with your Roz and Mocha April recap, the one and only Shem.
Yes.
Right?
For Mocha's birthday, The Rock sent him love, you know.
Yo, Mocha, it's your buddy here, The Rock.
And Elon just by Twitter. April weather makes me wanna scream. Oh no, no. We all love Harry and Shania. Gotti, he won the best rookie. An engagement for applicant J-Lo. They're in love. Will Smith dismissed from the Academy.
Who is Mattea Roach?
Reppin' our country on. Pride made us worry and lose our mind, but everything's fine.
We are publishing Roz Weston's memoir.
That's your Kiss Recap Rewind.
Nice.
And so I've seen the music video
have you?
before it gets posted,
How
right?
do you get the early access to stuff like
listen
that?
to this though. I need to know, Shem, because they filmed. You know the Britney "Hit Me Baby One More Time" music video where she films it like at a school.
Yes,
right. The music video's in a school.
Yes.
So Shem filmed his music video at like a high school, right?
No, actually, it was at TMU.
What's TMU?
Oh, TMU.
Oh, yeah.
Did you really?
The new TMU, Maury.
The new TMU.
The
Toronto
new TMU.
Metropolitan University.
Okay,
Yes.
it's been, give me a
I know.
week.
It's been a day. Okay, I know. It's been a day. Yes.
Wait, how did you get access? You just walk in with a camera and like
snitches, man. Come on.
Come on, yeah. What are you giving up secrets? You don't gotta give up secrets. Guerrilla style, right? That's how we do. That's how
there
we
you
do.
go. Thank you, Shem, for the Roz and Mocha April recap.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
One of my favorite days of the year, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you all.
And may the 4th be with you.
How am I the only one? We're all nerds here. How am I the only one rocking some Star Wars gear?
What do you got on today? Oh, look at the hat. Oh, you got the Death Star Blue Jays.
Yeah, this is so exclusive, bro.
You are like mixing genres and like everything.
I know, like nothing Star Wars.
That sounds
At
like
all?
that. You know what that looks
Nothing.
like? So Mocha's hat has a Death Star, right? With a Blue Jays logo on top of the Death Star. You know what that looks like to me, Mocha? No offense. That looks
great.
like
What?
something that was homemade by a mom. Where she's like, oh my God, you know what?
No.
My boy Mocha, you know what he loves? He loves the Blue Jays and he loves Star Wars. I'm going to make him a Blue
man.
Jays Star Wars hat. It looks homemade.
No, this is like official, like new
You know
era.
how expensive that hat probably was?
Yeah, but it looks like your mama made it. It looks like something. It looks like something that a mom would make.
No, I promise,
okay.
I promise, guys.
What other person would put the Blue Jays logo over top of the Death Star? Your mom.
Guys, I promise.
Somebody's
this is a
mom
real
made
hat.
that.
No,
I don't know what company made that. Okay, I don't know where it came from.
An official new era cap.
That's fine. But you know what? There was a board meeting at New Era where some guy went in a day after he got off the phone with his mom. Probably had dinner with her for the first time in 2 months.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know what you should do? Blue Jay Star Wars.
Well, guess what? It worked.
and he threw it out in the meeting, and you just paid $200 for it.
It worked, and I bought it. Okay. Anyway, because it is Star Wars Day, this is always fun. Dan and Maury hitting the streets to talk to fans. I think most of them are fans.
Ooh, walking the streets I will. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you love Star Wars, may the 4th be with you. Roz, you are too awesome. Yoda best. May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
Oh, wait, let me do that again. Ooh, may the 4th be with you. That was my Wookiee.
That was your Wookiee?
That was you saw my Wookiee.
No, I didn't see your Wookiee. You'd get arrested for that.
That's also not a Wookiee.
Okay, what do you call 5 Siths piled on top of a lightsaber?
A good time?
No, you're supposed to go, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, a Sith kebab.
That's a good one.
Ooh, may the 4th be with you.
Ooh, may the 4th be with you.
Okay, are you like excited? It's May the 4th.
Super excited. It's May the
But do you get it? It's like it's May the 4th.
May the 4th.
No, but it's like force.
Force.
Instead of May the Force be with you, it's May the 4th.
Yeah.
Like the date.
The date. Today. May the 4th be with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This guy doesn't know at all.
All right, who can you
No
impersonate
clue.
from Star Wars?
I could probably do Yoda.
Okay, so let's get you to say, I love the Roz and Mocha show.
Roz and Mocha show I love.
Pew, pew. Ooh, May the 4th be with you.
Look, I'm your father. Look, I'm your father.
All right, can you do any of the sounds for me? What do you call an invisible droid?
Invisible droid?
You just go, I don't know.
A droid is hiding.
No, but you just go, I don't know.
I don't know.
See through PO.
Oh, CP. Oh, okay.
No, see through.
See through PO.
Yeah, that's get it?
Yes, I get it. I get it.
May the 4th be with you.
Doesn't like it.
Yoda I am. May the Force be with you.
Oh, good one.
Try not, do, or do not. There is no try. General Kenobi.
May the 4th be with you.
Anakin, force all around us it is.
All right, who can you impersonate from the movie? We do this every year. Who can you do?
I'm going to do an Obi.
Okay, give me your Obi.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Oh, well done. Ooh, may the fourth be with you. I love that we didn't even need to talk. You just dived right in.
Boom.
Yo, first of all, where were you? Inside of a nightclub talking to people?
I was outside the Leafs game.
That was great.
Oh, man.
Happy Star Wars Day, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So you can now kiss in the metaverse.
Sorry, what?
You can now kiss in the metaverse.
Okay.
So, you know the metaverse, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not part of it.
You're not?
No. Why, are you?
No.
Oh, damn, Amore, for sure you're part of it, right?
For sure.
Absolutely.
You don't even know what we're talking about, do you?
No, I was listening to some audio.
Yeah, you have no idea.
But I'm like, when in doubt,
Man,
just go, absolutely.
We just said that they allow now kissing in the metaverse.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
When in doubt.
Okay, Deep, I have to talk to you real quick, okay? You're the youngest of us all. Are you interested in anything like the metaverse? Do you know what the metaverse is?
No, is that like where you're like a simulated character and you're like living a life?
Yes,
in
basically.
another world?
You put the headset on, you go into the metaverse, and then you can interact with people and
So
buy
what's different
art.
from that versus virtual reality?
Nothing.
No, it is virtual
It is
reality.
virtual reality. So
You put the goggles on and everything, and
so-
there's this world that's been created.
Zuckerberg and Meta are creating like the headset, but the worlds you go into, a lot of them are sort of user generated. So that's why things like strip bars are showing up and all this other stuff. So now what they're taking the tech because they wanted a sort of immersive experience, right? And that's everything starts off with good intentions.
Yes.
And then eventually people get a hold of it and it becomes filthy overnight. So they developed all these technologies to help people experience things that maybe they couldn't, like really, really cool things. And so now what they have is scientists have created a device that brings a feeling sensation to your mouth, lips, and tongue.
Oh, God.
What?
They pulled it off. Okay.
Maury?
Wow.
I have a follow-up question when you're done.
Okay, they pulled it off by adding a load of special ultrasonic transducers to a VR headset. At the moment, the metaverse in VR is largely focused just on 360 visual, sound, and hand controls, although experts, they don't show how it can be used to kiss, but the clever tech is capable of simulating swipes and vibrations in and around your mouth that would associate it with each activity. So you can go into the metaverse as your little avatar, looking whatever way you want to look. I was looking much.
Guys.
Yeah.
This is Black Mirror striking vipers. This is exactly what's going to happen.
Yes.
So hold on. If you kiss in there with your ultrasonic transducers,
Is
or
that
whatever
cheating?
Yes.
You're in my head.
Because, Maury, anytime we talk about anything, it eventually comes around to you going, hold on a second here. If I'm at the grocery store alone, is that cheating? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't
It's
matter.
the metaverse with the ultrasonic transducers.
It doesn't matter.
So I guess that is a
So you want to ultra transjuice in the metaverse?
And
pause, Maury, stop.
No, it is cheating.
Stop. I have to correct you guys, okay? Because I cannot continue this conversation of us being on record calling a transducer a transjuicer. Okay? You do not wear a transjuicer in the metaverse.
Okay, just making
Okay?
sure.
It is a transducer that stimulates the nerves, not the transjuicer that stimulates
whatever it's
the
called,
nerves.
I want one.
Okay?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
What's going on, everyone? How are we all feeling? Good.
Gassy.
Gassy?
Are
Why are
you
you so
gassy?
gassy? You're always gassy.
I
though.
had beef tacos last night, and they're doing.
Did you
what
make
beef
them or
does.
did you order them?
No, I made them.
You made them. What's
Yeah.
your recipe?
Here we go.
Okay, so you got your ground beef.
Yeah.
You put it in the pan thing with a little bit of oil.
Don't say pan thing. You know it's a pan.
Yeah, but it has
Okay.
an upper edge on it, so I'm not sure if it's still a pan.
What do you mean an upper edge? Like a
Like a-
wrench?
The other thing
deep
is
pan.
The other thing's called a plate.
And so then you
Okay.
sort of break it all up with like a fork, a knife, and a spatula.
Wow,
Inside the
okay.
pan thing?
Yeah, like because it cooks fast, it's sizzling, and oil is spraying everywhere.
Yeah.
So you got
Spraying.
to so you got to like crunch it down until it's
Yeah.
little bits. Okay, and then you put salt and pepper, and then you put barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
That's disgusting. No wonder you're so gassy.
Okay. Then
Go on.
you somehow caramelize the onions.
What do you mean somehow?
Without caramel.
Wait, but you caramelize the onions after you've already done that stuff to your meat?
Yeah, you put it in there, and then you put apple cider vinegar.
Do you think caramelizing onions involves like caramel?
I thought it did. I'm like, why are you calling it caramelizing if there's no caramel?
Okay, go on.
Okay,
Go
so
on.
then you saute it up.
Yeah.
Okay, you heat up your tortillas, and then you make your slaw, which is the cut up carrots, mayonnaise, oil, rest of the spices.
Hold on. Where's the coleslaw in your slaw?
What do you mean?
You just said you made the slaw, and then you mentioned every ingredient except for coleslaw.
Coleslaw
You're
is
making
the-
a sauce right now.
No, the carrots.
Okay.
And then the mayonnaise and the oil, and then it becomes a slaw.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Am I wrong?
This whole meal is wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Like all the ingredients that you're using right now
Maury,
should be
you
used
made-
in another meal.
You made tacos with barbecue sauce and mayonnaise.
That's why I'm gassy as well.
Okay.
That's not the only reason.
That is the weirdest taco I've ever heard in my life.
I tried giving some to the dog, and he walked away.
Okay, so continue. So you had your mayonnaise, carrots, and then what?
And then oil.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, and then
More,
a tablespoon of water.
Uh-huh.
And then you and then that becomes the sauce loss.
And is all of that in the pan thing?
No, the slaw is in a separate bowl.
Okay.
But then you add that to the pan.
Uh-huh.
So then the slaw mixes with the barbecue sauce and the beef.
Yeah. And the mayonnaise?
I mean, explaining this, it sounds terrible, but you had to have been there.
No, I'm glad I wasn't.
No.
Okay, so then what happened?
Then you put it on the tortilla and enjoy.
Yeah.
How did you heat up the tortilla?
Oh, in the microwave on a paper towel for 10-second increments.
10-second increments? What do you mean increments? So 10 seconds, you took it out and then you put it back in?
You feel it. If it's not hot, then you put it back in for another 10 seconds until it softens.
Right, because you like it soft. So, how many of these did you have last night?
5.
What?
5? Well, Matthew didn't want any, and I wasn't going to waste
Well,
it.
yeah, after going through all those ingredients. Gross.
Yeah, did Matthew tell you why he didn't want any?
He looked at it and said, I'm just going to order Uber Eats.
Yeah, exactly.
That's disgusting, man.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Happy early Mother's Day to all the moms out there. David Morey hit the streets to talk to moms, to make it awkward.
No.
Yeah, you're going to love this. Listen.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Thank you.
All right, you know what? Growing up, I wasn't really mothered. I didn't have a motherly experience when I was much younger.
Oh,
so since it is, coming up to Mother's Day, I thought, why don't you mother me? How would you mother me?
Maury, did you spill this?
No,
Maury, tell the truth.
I never do.
What are the consequences, Maury?
Are you going to spank me?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
So weird.
If there was a magical Mother's Day vending machine, what would be in your dream Mother's Day vending machine?
A hotel spa package.
What would be in your dream Mother's Day vending machine?
I would love a little bit of a glam makeover.
Okay, magical Mother's Day vending machine, your chance. As a mom, what are you putting in there?
Pina coladas and a pool boy. You only live once.
All right, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
All right, if there was a magical Mother's Day vending machine, what would you put in there?
A button that will fast forward me 6 years so my kids will move out of the house.
Magical Mother's Day vending machine, what are you adding?
A cook.
Oh, why? Are you not a good cook?
I am, but I'm sick of it.
Oh, yes, happy Mother's Day.
Hello. Thank you so much.
What are you putting in your magical Mother's Day vending machine?
Amazing. I am putting in a house cleaner in my magical vending machine. That would be lovely.
Yep.
And why is that?
Well, so my house is always clean and I don't have to do it.
What are you adding to the Mother's Day magical vending machine?
I need extra drivers so I don't have to drive my kids.
Now's your turn. What are you adding?
Wine to help relieve the stress these children cause me every day.
All right, it is the Mother's Day magical vending machine. What are you adding to the pile?
A new husband because mine is worn out.
Oh, snap! What if he hears this?
Uh-oh. Sorry, hon.
No, you're
What
not.
are you adding to the vending machine?
I would add Tim McGraw to the vending machine.
Oh, hopefully it's ventilated so he can breathe. But why are you adding Tim McGraw?
Who doesn't want Tim McGraw in a vending machine?
All right, it is the Mother's Day vending machine. What are you going to add to the Mother's Day vending machine?
I am adding a hose to the machine, straight alcohol that's like cow's really of alcohol. Just so I can suckle on the booze.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
The Roz and Mocha Confessional is open.
Yes. Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Confessional. Pope John Roz, Father Mocha.
Greetings.
Taking your call. This is the Roz and Mocha Confessional Mother's Day edition. Mom Confessions. Mother's Day coming up this weekend. Up for grabs today, Mocha. If you want to tell the people what they could win.
Tickets to see Lizzo live in concert.
And what we're going to do is we're going to get your mom confessions. Okay, these may be the things that like stay in your head that never come out of your mouth. Like maybe, you send your kid to school sick and are fine with that. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah. Maybe as a mom, you will happily take a nap over sex. Your husband has no idea. All of these things that are in your head that you never say them out loud. These are mom confessions. And we're going to get two moms on the phone. We will get their mom confessions, and then we will leave it up to the people, to the audience, to decide which mom confession scores those Lizzo tickets.
925-555, by the way, is how you text in. Hello, Precious. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
I'm doing well. A little nervous, but I'm okay.
Precious, don't be nervous. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Confessional, Mother's Day edition. Mom confessions is what we're doing. Precious, if you want to let us know what your confession is, please.
Okay, so my son, when he was a baby, he had diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ran out of diapers. So to hold him over, I used my maxi pads and I attached them to the onesie, my biggest and my thickest ones, and I attached them to the onesie to hold him over.
Okay.
But that doesn't seem like...
Okay.
Who are you keeping that secret from, though?
I mean, my mom. I'm Filipino. Like,
yeah, you don't.
Anything that I've done that's not like proper.
Yeah. I get it. I
But,
do.
Mom's got to do what mom's got to do.
Mom's got to. You are absolutely right on that, and I think that I've done the midnight diaper run before, and you're like, how the hell did I get myself in this position on a Tuesday? Okay, we've only done this 800 times before, and yet I'm like, oh God, was that the last one?
Exactly.
It's the worst. Okay, so Precious, your mom confession is that your son had diarrhea. And you ran out of diapers, so you took a few of your jumbo maxi pads, stuffed them in the kid's onesie, attached them, and that got the kid through the night, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I'm telling you, you're not alone on this. Great confession, though.
Mm-hmm.
Great confession.
Precious, hang on one second. By the way, keep in mind, text us 925-555 as we head back to the phones. Hello, it's Roz and Mocha. Are you okay if we say your name?
Yes.
Okay. So, Karen, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Confessional, Mother's Day edition, Mom Confessions.
Yes.
Okay, go for it. What is your confession?
Okay, so we had a family friend over for dinner one night, and he jokingly said, who is mom and dad's favorite? And each of my children confidently piped up, I am. And they all looked at each other stunned, being like, they knew that they were the favorite. Little did they know, I tell each of them every day that they're my favorite.
Each one of them independently?
I do.
How old are they? And how many kids do you have?
I have 3 girls, 15, 13, and 10.
Oh, no.
And I whisper to each of them every day, "You're my favorite."
And you've been doing this thinking that they would never, because that's like a secret between mom and them,
It's a
that
secret,
they would
and it
never
makes them
blab.
It makes them feel so special. It puts a smile on their face.
So you've been telling each of your 3 kids for years that they were secretly your favorite, and shh, don't tell anyone. And then they all believed you, and then it all came out one night?
Yes.
So what did you do?
I looked at my friend and I didn't say anything, but as I walked past him and I said in his ear very secretly, I said, "I tell each of them they're my favorite. Shh, don't tell them that."
Oh, God.
No. Okay, whoa, hold on. All right, before we start taking these texts at 925-555, Karen.
Yeah.
Between us, right? Okay, Roz, Mocha, and Karen.
Mhm.
Out of the 3 kids, the 15, the 13, and the 10-year-old, which one's your favorite?
I have to say my youngest.
Oh, God. Wow. Wow.
Yo,
Okay.
right away.
Okay.
There's no pause to think.
Okay. Okay, Karen. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, Karen, hang on a second, okay? So, Karen, you are, how are we going to do this? Caller 1 and caller 2? Is that what we're going to tell people what to do? Okay, Karen, you are caller 2. Okay, hang on for us, Karen. Precious was caller 1, which was Precious had a son with diarrhea. They ran out of diapers, so she took 2 of her jumbo maxi pads, stuck them to the inside of the kid's onesie so he could make it through the night. Karen has been secretly telling, caller number 2 has been secretly telling her 3 kids that each is her favorite for years. And then on this show right now actually said on one of the biggest public forums that she's probably ever going to be on in her life that her favorite is actually the third, is the youngest. So that is a giant mom confession right there. But if you want, it's up to you. You guys could vote on this. Who's going to walk away with these tickets?
Yeah, caller 1 or caller 2. Text us 925-555, and one of them is going to see Lizzo on October 7th at Scotiabank Arena.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Roz and Mocha Confessional is open.
Yes. I love confessional time. Welcome back to it. This is the Roz and Mocha Confessional Mother's Day edition, Mom Confessions. We had 2 moms on with us earlier and asked you, the audience, to vote. Mom number 1 was Precious, who her mom confession was that her son had diarrhea and they just straight up ran out of diapers. So she stuck a whole bunch of jumbo-sized maxi pads to the inside of his onesie and let him sleep through the night. Caller number 2 was Karen, who admitted that she tells all her children secretly that they are her favorite, but she actually does have a favorite, and she revealed it on our show. Are the ladies with us, Mocha?
Mm-hmm. Precious and Karen. Hello. You guys there?
Hello?
Precious and Karen.
Precious, Karen.
You guys there? Hold on.
Hello?
Oh.
Oh, you're banging your head over there, man.
There we go. Are you there?
Oof.
Hold on. Man. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, okay. We got this.
Precious and Karen, are you guys there?
Yes. We are here.
Okay.
We are here.
Okay. Precious, just to recap, your kid had diarrhea, and your quick fix was to being diaperless in the house because we've all run out of diapers, was to take a couple of jumbo maxi pads and stick them to the inside of the infant's onesie. Good confession, by the way. Mm-hmm. Karen, you were caller number 2, and your confession, of course, was that you tell all your children, all 3, secretly that they are, in fact, your favorite, but you revealed on our show that you actually did have a favorite, which was a real ballsy move for a mom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way,
Yes.
we're giving away tickets to see Lizzo live in concert in Toronto.
Yes, they are. Okay, so we left it up to the audience to vote. Was it going to be Maxi Pad to the rescue, or was it going to be I do have a favorite kid?
Yeah.
They voted. And moms coming out as the winner for Roz and Mocha's Confessional Mother's Day edition with a slim 55.5% is Maxi Pads to the rescue! Congratulations, Precious.
Hey, that is amazing. Precious, happy Mother's Day. You are off to see Lizzo October 7th at Scotiabank Arena.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness.
Roz and Mocha Confessional.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Roz and Mocha Confessional is open.
Yes. Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Confessional. I'm Pope John Roz. Father Mocha is here as well. This is the Roz and Mocha Confessional Mother's Day edition, Mom Confessions. This has been so fun all week. We're getting moms on to sort of do those mom confessions, those things that maybe you said you'd never say to anyone else. Maybe you thought of it and never said the words out loud. We've had some great ones, some great mom confessions. And then we're going to leave it up to you guys to vote on who is going to win today. And up for grabs today, Mocha, is...
Dua Lipa is hitting Scotiabank Arena on July 27th. That is a hot ticket. So we will be awarding one lucky mom those tickets today.
Nice. Caller number 1 is Andrea.
Hello, Andrea. Welcome to it. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. And you?
Good.
Andrea, what is your mom confession?
Okay, so my mom confession is when my daughter was 3, I convinced her that the tongue always says the truth. And whenever she lies to me, I will know if she shows me her thumb. And she believed it. So now every time I know she's telling a lie, I tell her, show me your tongue. And if she doesn't or just show me a little bit, I know she's lying.
Okay.
Yo, that's a good move.
Okay, so you told your kid when she was 3 that you can always tell by her tongue if she's lying. And now if she says something and you suspect she's lying, you say, show me your tongue. And then if she only sticks it out a little tiny bit, you know she's lying. And then if she's not lying, she'll just like stick it out and wiggle it around, right?
Yeah, she'll go full kiss. She just like,
that
show me her
is
tongue.
such a smart way of figuring out whether your kid is lying or you're not. That is such a brilliant mom move. My God, I am in awe of you.
I may actually steal that move, Andrea.
Do it.
With our 5-year-old at home. Yeah.
Oh, my
Yo, that's
God.
amazing.
Okay, Andrea, you are caller number 1, and we're going to go on to caller number 2 right now.
Hello, Suzanne. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. So you are caller number 2. 925-555 is how people are going to be able to choose whether it's you or caller number 1 that gets these Dua Lipa tickets. What is your confession today?
Okay, so my husband and I, we have a son together, and he's a pretty big kid for his age. So when we take him to the parks, like play gyms and whatnot, it's fun for him. But for my husband and I, what's fun for us is we like to look around the playground, and we like to size up the kids. Like, you know, if our son were to get into a fight or a scrap with one of these kids, who would win? That's what we like to do.
Oh, wow.
So you guys are what, like placing bets with each other?
Well, we can't really place bets because no one really ever wins. But like we just say like, oh, like, you know, I think our son could take on that kid.
And how old's your son?
He is just over 18 months. So he's a pretty big kid.
Okay. So you and your husband go to the park and play gyms and everything else. And when your kid's out there running around with other kids, you size up all the other kids and then have conversations as to whether your baby could kick that other baby's ass?
Pretty much, yeah. But
Okay.
we don't condone violence. Like we're not
no.
for it, but it's just a fun debate that we have between us.
Okay, well, there you go. So those are your 2 options. Caller number 1 was Andrea. Your lying tongue is what we're calling this one, where she told her daughter that the tongue always can tell a lie. And so if she suspects her child is lying, she asks her kid to stick out her tongue. And if the kid is lying, like the kid only sticks it out a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit, which is a great mom move. Suzanne, you are caller number 2, Baby Fight Club. And we'll leave it up to the audience now. So if you want to vote, it's 925-555. You text
either caller 1 or caller 2.
There you go.
And the one that gets the most will win those tickets to see Dua Lipa. Thank you, Suzanne.
All right, have a great day, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Roz Mocha Confessional Mother's Day edition. These are mom confessions, and we had heard from 2 moms Great confessions, by the way.
so
great
good.
confessions. And we left it up to you guys, the audience, to decide. So caller number one was Andrea, who told us that she told her daughter that the tongue can always tell when you're lying. So if she thinks her kid is lying, she says, stick out your tongue. And then if the kid only sticks out her tongue like a little tiny bit, then she automatically knows the kid is lying. And if she says, stick out your tongue, and the kid sticks the whole tongue out, then she knows the kid is telling the truth. It is like a brilliant mom move. Caller number two was Suzanne, who said that they have a 2-year-old, and whenever they go to the park or to the baby gym or play dates, her and her husband just sit there and take bets and talk about which their kid could kick their kid's ass. So will it be caller number one, your lying tongue, or caller number two, baby fight club?
Okay, hold on. Let's get them both on the phone again. Hello, ladies. Are you there? Oh, hold on. There we go. All right.
Andrea and Suzanne.
Yeah, the results are in.
The results are in. We asked the audience to choose between Your Lying Tongue and Baby Fight Club. The results are in. And overwhelmingly, with 77%, audience could not get enough of this mom confession. Congratulations, Andrea! Your lying tongue!
There you go. Off to see Dua Lipa live in concert, Scotiabank Arena, July 27th.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Roz and Mocha Confessional is open.
Ah, yes. Welcome to it. Pope John Roz, Father Mocha is here. This is the Roz and Mocha Confessional Mother's Day edition. These are mom confessions. This is when we get moms on the phone to confess those things. Maybe they've never said them to anybody, those stories or those feelings you've had. Maybe you got a favorite kid. We had one of those earlier in the week. She straight up just said on the show which one was her favorite kid.
Oh, man. I hope her family wasn't listening that day.
We'll get two moms on the phone to give their mom confessions, and then we'll leave it up to the audience to decide who wins. And Mocha, up for grabs today.
We got Backstreet Boys concert tickets. They're in town July 2nd at Budweiser Stage. Hello, Lisa. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How's it going?
I'm good. Good morning. How are you?
Good. Lisa, you know how this works. This is mom confessions, and the bar is set pretty high. So what do you got for us today? What's your mom confession?
I'm not so proud of this one, but it is what it is.
Oh, no.
So when my daughter was, I want to say between 1 and 2 years old, with me and her in the car driving, whatever, chilling, and then I was getting pulled over, probably for speeding. So as I'm pulling over, I turn around, I pull her little pacifier out of her mouth, and she's a chubby baby. So I pinched her little thigh, and I was like, go little rock star. It's your time to shine. Get us out of this.
Hold on. So you pinched a baby's leg and what? The kid started crying, screaming?
Mm-hmm.
So by the time the police officer gets to your window, your kid is like full on siren.
Oh, yeah. She put on the performance that I needed.
So what'd you say to the police officer?
And he's like, do you know how fast you were going? I was like, no. I'm like, I'm a new mom. Baby's crying. She's hungry. I'm just trying to get home. I'm stressed,
Okay, so you're in the car and you're about to get pulled over by the cops. As you're pulling over, you reach into the back seat, pull out her pacifier, which we all know that never goes well.
No.
And then you give the kid a little tiny pinch on the thigh and are like, do your thing. And then by the time the cop gets to the window, your kid is in full on scream mode, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then you got out of the ticket.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, here we go.
Bravo. Not trying to swing the vote or anything because I haven't heard the next story, but still, that's a super cool move. Okay. So you are caller number one, Lisa. We're going to get to caller number two in a sec. Please hang on, okay?
Okay.
All right, 925-555 is how you text in. It's either going to be caller number one or caller number two. Backstreet Boys tickets up for grabs. Daniela, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So we are doing mom confessions. What's yours?
Mine is that my daughter always complains about sore knees, and she's always expecting a Tylenol or Advil, and I don't like giving them to her every single day. So I found white candies that look like Tylenol, and I just give her those to make her think she's feeling better.
And then
And
does it
does
work?
she feel better?
She goes straight to bed.
Oh. Good
She
one.
she doesn't complain after.
Yo,
Oh,
but
wow.
how
And
much Tylenol was she having? Like every single day?
At least every other day. Like, she's always complaining. If it's not her knees, it's her head. If it's not her head, it's her shoulder. And I'm a type of person that I don't like to give a lot of Tylenol and Advils, right?
Okay,
So I had to kind of mix it up, like, with candies.
Okay, so trying to figure out why your kid might be in so much pain is just not in the spirit of what we're doing here, so we're not going to touch on that. But how old is your kid, and how long have you been doing this for?
She's 10. Oh, she's been doing it for like at least 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Oh,
So your kid's like, my knees hurt. She's
Yeah.
like always complaining, and she just wants a
Exactly.
Tylenol. And then
Exactly.
you found candy that looks like Tylenol, and you give her that, and then she's like, oh, thanks, Ma, fix
Yeah,
me right up,
yeah.
and then she goes to bed. Oh man.
She goes to bed, or she'll be jumping off the walls.
Wow. And then she's like, see, I told you I needed Tylenol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you. Okay, straight up.
All right,
straight up,
Daniela,
Mom
thank you so much. We're going to put you on hold. So Daniela is caller number 2. So now you could text in at 925-555. Whose confession are you going with? Caller 1 or caller number 2?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Confessional. Mother's Day edition. Mom Confessions is what we're doing. Earlier on, we had 2 moms on who gave their confession. Lisa was caller number 1, who got pulled over for speeding. And as the cop was walking from his cop car to her car, she reached in the back seat, pulled out her kid's pacifier, and then pinched her chubby little thigh to get her wailing. Cop shows up at the car, and no ticket because there was a whole mess going on in there. Felt bad for her. Great mom confession.
So bad.
Okay. Caller number 2 was Daniela, who her kid was always complaining, I got a headache, my knees hurt, my back hurts, I need an aspirin. And she wouldn't do anything until she was medicated. And the mom found candy that were the exact shape of the aspirin that she would give her. And then she just keeps giving her candy. And the kid's like, see, I'm all better now. Now I can go to bed. So is it going to be caller number 1, baby driver, or caller number 2, pint-sized placebo?
Lisa and Daniela, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Okay.
So we got the votes, tallied them up. Roz, go ahead.
And Mocha, with a total of 65.7%. Today's mom winner for Roz and Mocha's Confessional Mother's Day Edition Mom Confessions is baby driver Lisa, caller number 1.
There you go. Making that poor child cry just so you can get out of a ticket. Congratulations, Lisa. You are off to see the Backstreet Boys July 2nd at Budweiser Stage.
Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Roz and Mocha Confessional is open.
Yes, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Confessional. I am Pope John Roz. Father Mocha is here as well.
Hello.
This is the Confessional Mother's Day Edition. Mom Confessions is what we're doing. It's fantastic. These are the mom confessions, the stuff that moms like have in their head, but they're not allowed to say it out loud, even though they're not alone in any of this. And we'll get 2 moms on to give us their greatest mom confession. Yesterday's winner, by the way, was a mom that called in and said that she ran out of diapers one time when her kid had diarrhea. So all she did was just taped jumbo-sized maxi pads inside his onesie. And was like, there you go, fixed. So you're not alone in all this. So we want your mom confessions, and then the audience is going to get to vote on which mom wins. And up for grabs today, Mocha is
Swedish House Mafia. They're going to be in concert August 5th at Scotiabank Arena. So those are the tickets that are up for grabs today.
Oof. Angie is caller number 1.
Hello, Angie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Angie, what is your mom confession?
So when my kids were younger, I used to work part-time, and my husband used to look after the kids. So when I finished work, I wouldn't go home right away. I would either go out for a coffee with my friends or go see my mom or go shopping so that I would have some free time, because through the week he would come home late and I was with them the majority of the time. So I wanted some me time for me. So I used to go home later.
So what did your husband think you were out doing when you were going shopping?
I was working late.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
So
hold on. You were working late. Did you call him during your shift to say, "Hey, babe, I'm going to be a little bit late. I got to work late," or did he know, like, before you left the house that you had to work late anyway?
No, I would phone him or text him and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be here a little bit later."
Gotcha.
Okay. So Angie,
see you when I get home.
Angie, your mom confession is that when you were working a part-time job and your husband got home from work, there were many days where you would call your husband from work and be like, "Babe, so listen, I got to work late tonight." But instead of actually working late, you would go shopping, go for coffee, hang out with friends, and he would be at home taking care of the kids.
Yes.
All right, there we go. That is right there. That is top-notch mom confession. This is exactly the kind of stuff we're looking for.
Angie just needed some me time. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Angie, you know how this works. We're going to get somebody else on the phone now. They will be caller number 2, and we're going to leave this up to the audience. You can text at 925-555. Just simply caller 1 or caller 2, depending on which mom confession you think deserves these tickets.
Okay.
All right, caller number 2. You care to share your name, or you want to just be anonymous?
I could share my name.
Oh, okay, go for it.
My name's Fatima Cranston.
Oh, last name and everything. Damn. Wow.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, Fatima.
I've been listening to you guys for such a long time.
Oh, girl. Fatima, what is your mom confession?
30 years ago, I had a wedding that I had to go to. And my son, my oldest son, he was so used to having a bath before going to bed. And I had to give him a bath inside a sink of a public bathroom for him to go to sleep.
Oh, no!
Okay, wait a second. Why did you have to use the public bathroom sink? Why couldn't you just leave?
Because I was enjoying myself at the wedding.
Wow.
Oh, no.
So, like, what, the wedding was at, like, a hotel, and then you didn't want to leave because the reception was real lit, so you took the baby into a public toilet and gave him a bath in a sink?
No, it was at a hall.
Oh, God.
Wait.
Whoa.
But was this premeditated? Like, did you bring all the supplies you needed with you? Or was this just like in the moment, you're like, oh, crap, I should be heading to the hotel room or should be heading home to give him a bath?
No, I had everything. I had his whole stroller was full of stuff for me to get him ready.
So, describe the bathroom. Like, was it like a pretty bathroom or was it like a not pretty bathroom?
No, it was a very nice bathroom. It was very clean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I wiped everything down before I give them a bath.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that helps. That's
Now,
great.
Was it one of those bathrooms where the faucet is like a sensor? Or, so you had to keep putting your hand underneath to activate the water? Oh,
How did you,
no.
wait a second. Did you fill the sink? Like, public toilets don't.
I had filled up the sink a little bit.
But how do you, but what did you use as a plug?
Oh, one of his face cloths.
Oh, God. Okay.
And then what? You put him to bed right after?
Well, I came back, I fed him, and I put him in the stroller, and he fell asleep.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Remember, he was a chubby little kid. He was like almost, 35 pounds?
Yeah. Oh, wow. And how old is he now?
30.
What's that fat little guy's name?
Brandon.
Yeah.
And he's getting married.
There we go. All right. Okay. So,
maybe someone will keep the tradition alive at Brandon's wedding and bathe their kid in the sink at the hall.
So, Fatima, your mom confession was that years ago at a wedding, you were at the reception. It was so lit. You're having such a great time. Your baby, couldn't fall asleep at night without a bath. So you brought it to the public washroom in a banquet hall, plugged the sink with his face cloth, filled up the sink, and gave your baby a bath in the sink of a public toilet in order for him to be able to go to sleep, simply because you were having a good time at the wedding.
Of course I did. And I would do it all over again.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
damn.
Even after COVID, huh? Interesting. Okay.
Well, remember, like I said, I wiped everything down before I actually put him in there.
No problem.
All right. Well, Fatima, you are caller number 2, and people listening right now, you can now text in at 925-555. Who are you going with? Caller number 1 or caller number 2 up for grabs today. Take us to see the Swedish House Mafia August 5th at Scotia Bank Arena. Fatima, we will talk to you in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
This is the Roz and Mocha Confessional Mother's Day edition, Mom Confessions. Up for grabs today, Mocha, are
Swedish House Mafia tickets when they're in town this summer.
Love that. What we've been having is moms call in. and give your confession, your mom confession. These are the things that maybe you've done or thought that you think maybe you're alone and swore you'd never tell anybody. And then you do. Right here on this show. Caller number 1 was Angie. Caller number 2 was Fatima. Now, to recap Angie's story, Angie had a new job and kids at home and would frequently have to work late. Sorry, she would tell her husband frequently that she would have to work late. Meanwhile, she would go for coffee, she'd go shopping, and her husband was at home taking care of the kids, which is a great story, by the way. Great mom move. And then Fatima was caller number 2. She was at a wedding years ago at like a reception hall, and the baby that was with her, her kid, wouldn't sleep without a bath. She was having way too much fun at the wedding, so she took the baby into a public washroom, plugged the sink with one of his face cloths, filled it up, bathed the kid, stuck him in the stroller. He fell asleep. She went back for more drinks. So, is it going to be caller number 1, long day, long lies, or caller number 2, rub-a-dub ooh?
All right, Angie and Fatima, are you there?
I'm here.
All right.
Okay.
So we've had everyone who listened to the Roz and Mocha show text in at 925-555. Either
And-
caller 1 or caller 2.
And the votes are in. Just to recap, Angie, you were long days, long lies. And Fatima, you were rub-a-dub ooh. Angie, caller 1. Fatima, caller 2. The audience voted. And by a margin. And the winner with 53.4%, slim margin, 53.4% is rub-a-dub ooh! Fatima!
Fatima, congratulations! You are seeing Swedish House Mafia August 5th at Scotia Bank Arena. You better bring that sing baby with you.
Thank you.
And thank you too, Angie. We love you.
You guys are great.
You got it. Take care, love.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Roz and Mocha Confessional is open.
Yes. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Confessional.
Being
Hope
too
John
loud in
Ross
churches
Fonda
now.
Mocha.
I apologize.
You're getting the finger wag from Shem.
I know. Shem gonna kick me out.
This is the Roz and Mocha Confessional Mother's Day edition. Mom Confessions is what we are doing. These are the confessions that you moms have. The things that you've thought of, the things that you've done that you as a mom are like, I am never telling anybody that ever. Well, now's the time to do it. We've had some great winners this week, so we're going to get 2 of you on.
Yes.
We're going to get 2 moms on to confess something, and then we'll leave it up to the audience to determine who walks away as today's winner. And up for grabs today, Mocha is
Lady Gaga tickets. She's at Rogers Center on August 6th, so that is going to be a bonkers show. Those are the tickets that are up for grabs. We say hello and good morning to Austin. Hello, Austin.
Hello, good morning.
How you doing today?
I am great. It's nice and early, but I am great.
All right, so what is your mom confession?
My mom confession is when my kids go to school, I go through their drawers and all their stuff and throw out all the Happy Meal toys and different toys that they get from stuff. And then I also go through their bags and their drawers and throw out all the papers that they bring home from school that they say they can't live without. And they never notice. And they never ever notice.
Do they not ask?
No, they never notice. They always say they can't live without these things. They have to keep the rock from the park, this and that. But they never ever notice.
Yo, in my wife's car right now, we have a pine cone that one of Cruz's friends gave him at school last week.
Yep, that's what they do. They keep all these little things that they must have, and I can't stand them. And they're everywhere in the house.
Yo, the pine cone is still there. We can't get rid of it. He's like, so-and-so gave it to me. I got to keep it.
I 100% get that. I'm sure every parent gets that.
Okay, Austin, your mom confession is that when your kids go to school, you go through all of their stuff and throw away all the junk that they said they could not live without. Austin, you're a caller number 1. We're going to call you Mom Purge. Okay?
Okay, Mom Purge is perfect.
Okay.
All right, we're going to put you on hold real quick as we say hello now to Monica. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How you doing, Monica?
Hi.
All right.
Good.
Good. You sound so sleepy right now.
Oh, no.
All right, yo, Monica, we know you got a juicy confession. Go for it.
So, I can't believe I'm on here right now. So my confession was that, so my husband and me had a day of errands. It was during, like, I guess the peak of COVID, so there was a lot of restrictions, but we didn't know that they were restricting bathrooms. It was our first time coming out after like a long time because we had the little one, so we didn't really come out often. We had a bunch of errands. We bought like coffee, and we really had to go to the bathroom, and we had no other choice because obviously the bathrooms were all public bathrooms were closed. We couldn't find any bathroom that we could go to. Well, my husband came up with this idea, and he's like, hey, like, we're in the car, so he's like, hey, like, why don't we just, use our son's diapers? They're like, right there, he's sleeping, it's a perfect opportunity, and then we can't find a bathroom, we're far from home.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Monica.
Yeah.
Go back like 3 things that you just said. So you and your husband are out in the world. Public bathrooms
Yeah.
aren't accessible because of COVID. You both had to
Yeah.
pee, and the solution was what?
Use our son's diaper.
Use your son's diaper.
Wait, the diaper that
Yeah.
he was wearing, or the extra diapers that you had like in a diaper bag?
In the diaper bag, so I always carry extra, like 6 extra ones while we go anywhere, so we just each took one.
Okay,
So
but what did you do? Like, you held it up to yourself, or did you try to like strap it on like a
that's
real
exactly,
diaper?
That's exactly what we did. We like held it under ourselves.
In the car?
Yeah.
So
at the same time?
Oh, yeah, kind of. Well, it was really funny too. After we just sat in there, we were like, I can't believe we just did that, and we just laughed.
Okay, so you and your husband had to pee. You couldn't use a public bathroom, so you reached in the back seat, grabbed 2 diapers out of the diaper bag.
Yep.
You took one and like mashed it up against you and went pee,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And then he took his and wrapped it around or held it?
Honestly, I don't know. He was in the front seat, so I don't know how he did it.
Okay, but so you guys both use baby diapers, and did the baby diapers hold?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Wow, super absorbent. Yo, what brand? What brand was it?
I believe it's the Huggies brand.
Yo, shout out to Huggies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Monica, you are caller number 2. We are going to call you Adult Baby Diaper.
Up for grabs once again. Tickets to see Lady Gaga August 6th at Rogers Center. Now, the people who are listening, it's your time to vote. Caller 1 or caller 2. Shoot us a text right now at 925-555.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Ah, yes. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Confessional. Mother's Day edition. These are mom confessions, and before the break, we had 2 moms on confessing something. We had Austin and Monica. Austin and Monica, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right. So, Austin, you were caller number 1. You were the mom purge, and what your confession was that when your kids go off to school, you go through all their stuff and throw away all their crap that they said that they can't live without, and then like McDonald's toys and random rocks they pick up on walks. And then when they get home, nobody has any idea that it's gone. And so you do that mom purge that all moms do. And Monica, your story was adult baby diapers, which was during the peak of COVID. You and your husband were out in the car and the baby was in the back. And during COVID, you couldn't use public washrooms anywhere. And you both really had to pee. So you reached into the diaper bag, grabbed 2 baby diapers, and then you both peed into the baby diapers while still in the car together as a family. Wow.
Talk about bonding, huh?
So
when we did the exact same thing.
I know. What's up for grabs today, Mocha? Remind the people.
Lady Gaga, she's hitting Rogers Center on August 6th, so someone is going to get those tickets right now.
So Austin, Monica, we left it up to the audience, and they voted, and boy, did they ever vote. And today's winner for those Lady Gaga tickets is by 62.2%. 62.2% is adult baby diapers. Congratulations, Monica!
Monica! Pack that diaper bag bag. You're heading out to see Lady Gaga August 6th at Rogers Center. And don't worry, the bathrooms there are open. I can confirm that, okay? Okay. Congratulations, y'all.
Oh, thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ray, it's Roz and Mocha. What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
So Ray is a big fan of the Roz and Mocha Show, Roz.
Hello, Ray.
And
Roz.
Ray's friend, I think it was earlier this year, right? Your friend Ken had reached out to us. It's her best friend and said, hey, can you call Ray for her birthday? Mm-hmm. And we did. And we had a great conversation, right, Ray?
We did. I loved it. It made my day.
And then you wanted to return the favor. And then Ray
Yeah.
and I have been DMing, right? Back and forth. Yeah. I wanted to make sure we talked to you, first of all, to thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show, and also to thank your best friend, Ken, for listening, because you wanted to kind of return the favor because it was his birthday recently, but unfortunately he passed away.
Oh,
and
he
Ray,
did?
And Ray's been feeling like
Oh, my
super
God.
down. So terribly sorry for your loss. I know, like, just on DM, just going back and forth, I know you were really busted up and broken up about the whole thing. So we just wanted to call to send our condolences to you.
Oh, well, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. And he was a massive fan. He passed on Good Friday, and then his birthday was on April 25th.
How old was he?
48.
48?
Yeah. And
What
then
did
the
he
following
What did
day,
he pass of? He's young, 48 years old.
Yeah, actually kidney failure and liver failure.
Oof.
It was a rough thing at the end.
Was
for
that
him.
brought on by something, or like how do you
Yeah.
get? Yeah.
He was a really great musician, actually, in Toronto, a bass player.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys ever heard of a band called Black Fly in Toronto, but they used to play at the Horse Show all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Really great band. And it's a very sad story. And I wanted to say very quickly for you, Roz, so I also lost my mom a few years ago. And him and my mom were actually quite close. And you often talk about, like, grief with your father and things like that. And I'm just wondering, like, can you give me any advice as to how to kind of push through this? Because, it's kind of, my heart's really hurting.
Grief is a tough thing. The weird thing about grief, right, is that you sort of go through it on your own. You have people in your life where you've collectively all lost the same person, but you all lose people differently. And most people can get through it themselves. And I think that the thing with grief that you don't know until you're out of it, the other side, is that you're built for this, right? You just don't know it. And that you're built to deal with incredible loss and sadness, and you figure that out, after the fact. And nobody's going to convince you of that when you're in it, because it just hurts so much. But I will say that when it comes to grief, and I've done so much just reading and research about grief, and for me, there's the sort of 5 famous stages of grief, but it's not a map, and they don't all happen at once, and there's no sort of set timeline. And I think that when it comes to grief, you have to kind of take it with you, and it's something that you're going to deal with daily. It's not like you can say, I'm not going to think about it today. I'm not going to think about it today, because then it's going to hurt you twice as much the next day. I think that every day, you just have to you got to take it with you, and eventually you're going to come to the realization that, like everybody asks me all the time, they're like, when my dad died, they were like, how long does that sort of last? How long does that pain last? And at the beginning of it, I was like, God, I don't even know. Don't like it. This is I have no answers for you right now.
It hits everybody different.
Yeah, but the answer that I give now is, if somebody ever asks, how long does it hurt after losing somebody like that? And my answer is this: as long as I'm still alive and they're still dead, it's going to hurt. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. Facts.
And that once you come to that realization, you realize that it's nothing that you have to get over. It's something that you're going to live with, and you can live with it in a really beautiful way too.
And also, Ray, words that a lot of people who listen to the Roz and Mocha Show have lived by, or the famous line that Roz gave that resonates with so many people, also happens to be the first lines of his memoir coming out in September, which is,
it never gets better, but it does get easier. And I think that too often, too many people just sit around waiting for things to get better. And it's not going to get better, but it does get easier. And you're built for this.
I love that saying, and I love that
a girl called in the other day saying that she's getting it tattooed.
Yeah,
It was
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's on my list now, too. I'm like, 'cause I love that saying. It does resonate hard. And when she said she was getting the tattoo, I was like, that's such an awesome idea.
Right? Yeah. Well, I hope those words helped you out, and I hope by maybe talking to us help comfort you a little bit during this time, Ray.
It definitely did. And, I know he's smiling down right now, happy that we're having this conversation.
Well, thank you, Ray. We appreciate you and we love you.
Thank you guys so much. You have a fantastic day. I appreciate the call more than you know.
Oh, my God. You take care. Love you.
Bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is, got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
John, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. What is going on with you?
How's it going? So I'm trying to get engaged, and my family's trying to take over my engagement.
Oh, jeez. Okay. You wrote this. Razamoka fixed my life. I've been with my girlfriend for 4 years now, and I took the big step of purchasing an engagement ring. Now, with this step, I now have so many family members trying to tell me how I need to propose, what is best, where it should be done, when it should be done, and now I'm second-guessing on how I plan on doing it. My family's very large, and we do big Italian weddings. Always, this is equally adds to my stress about finance and paying for the big celebration. How do I tell my family that to let you ultimately do this your way? I think so. Your family's trying to take over your proposal.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
Why do they all know?
So when you kind of tell one person, like your mother, and then your father, and then they have the itch to tell another person, and another person, and another. Yeah, so I went down the rabbit hole of, hey, you know what? I need some help. Do you think it's a good idea to, okay, now everyone has an opinion, an idea, and it just...
In your mind, though, John, right, when you wanted to propose to your girl, like, you obviously had something, like an idea crafted already, right?
Oh, I did. And I'll tell you the idea that I started with that I kind of fumbled back on. So we're going to Mexico in August. I'm like, yeah, I should bring it with me. And then I got fearful because people were saying, no, you shouldn't bring an expensive ring with you over the border. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, no, we got to get away from that one.
Okay.
No, you're fine. You should have just stuck with that idea and leave everybody else out of it, man.
Okay.
And I think you still need to leave everybody out of it. This is your engagement. This is your proposal. You need to do it the way you want to do it.
That's very true.
You need to start setting boundaries now, because if your parents are this involved in how you ask your girl to marry you, imagine how insufferable they're going to be when it comes to planning a wedding.
Oh, yeah. I'm one of those guys where I'm like, okay, here's the ring, and whatever you guys want to do, you can go for it. I'm okay.
No. You can't do that. Because is she Italian as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mamma mia. You're going to be having like an 800-person wedding then.
Oh, yeah. For sure, 300 minimum.
A room full of people that neither of you have met in your entire lives.
Yeah.
And will never talk to again.
That's very true.
So the answer to the question, right, is your family's trying to take over your proposal.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason that that's happening, John, is because you let it happen.
That's a good way to put it.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah,
though.
this is on you.
Yeah.
Boundaries. And I know boundaries when you're an adult, setting boundaries as an adult with your parents is very difficult to do. But you have to be able to have these conversations with your mom and dad. Your mom and dad have to respect you enough for you to say, hey, listen, I hear everything you're saying, but you have to know I'm doing this way. Your advice, your input, everything, all of that stuff is great. But this is my thing, and I need you to say the words to me right now. This is John's thing. Okay? They need to respect that.
Okay. This is John's thing.
Yeah. They need to respect that. They really do. And that goes with everything, man. Wait till you get married and then you start talking kids. Like all of this stuff, they're going to be so all up in your life at all times. And this is where it starts.
Okay, so kind of set boundaries now so it's help myself in the future.
Yeah,
yes.
Dude, you have to, man.
Okay, so I'm going to try to stick with my first two ideas, whatever it was, and I'm going to kind of counterbalance that in my head, and that's it.
Now, does your girlfriend have a nutso family too?
You know what? They're okay. I'm going to do the whole proper way of asking them very shortly, but I'm trying to get all the nuts and bolts in place beforehand.
Do you have to do that? You got to go and ask permission and stuff like this?
No, you don't have to. I just come from that more traditional side just to let them know beforehand.
I think you just stick with your original idea, or you just said original two ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got to respect it. At the end of the day, it's, you're the one that's making the proposal, not them, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm the one that have to go out of my way and sweat a little bit for
buddy, I feel for you, though. When I know you're talking about setting boundaries, But I know we're going to have another conversation with you in the next year or so
John.
when you tell us that the wedding planning is completely out of control because your family is trying to run the whole thing.
Oh, for sure. You're going to be hearing from me in 365 days.
How much? Who's paying for this thing? The wedding.
We are. That's the other financial burden that comes with the huge wedding of 300 people.
No. What's your budget so far? What are you thinking realistically?
Stashed away that we can spend in hopes that we get some of it back. Hopefully, we have about $80,000.
This is you and your girlfriend, soon to be fiance.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
We're hoping not to spend it at all, but
bro.
If I can give you a little bit of advice, John, and I know you both come from a big Italian family. Don't spend that on the wedding, man.
That's what I'm trying not to do.
Okay, just don't spend $80,000 on the wedding. And if you guys are dead set on paying for everything yourself, right? Do not accept money from your side of the family or her side of the family, because as soon as that happens, either side of the family are going to say, well, we are paying for some of this, so we get a say in how it's going to happen, how it's going to go down.
And that's exactly why we both agreed to save as much as you can, so it's not just us, and that's it. No one can say it.
Oh, buddy, congratulations. Good luck. Talk to you in a year.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Later, bro.
Take care. Bye.
By the way, for anybody wondering, so $80,000 on a wedding. If you invite 300 people to a wedding, each person has to give you a minimum of $266 to just make it back. Now, that's not including the people that show up with a toaster and that other couple that brings a $100 gift card to Williams-Sonoma. You know what I mean? Right? Like, it's a sucker's game. It's a sucker's game.
Get you 2 bottles of barbecue sauce.
Yes. Metal chopsticks. Thanks.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Go Leafs, go! Game 2, baby. 7:30, Scotiabank Arena. You know Maple Leaf Square is going to be crazy. You know the city of Toronto, everyone's going to be watching who's not at the game. It's going to be nuts.
We've done this in the past when there's a hot matchup in the NHL in the playoffs where we get one super fan from one city, in this case from Toronto, and another super fan from the team they're going against, in this case Tampa Bay, and sort of let them fight it out on the phone, and we just sit back and do very little and let them go. And man, game 1, they said it was had the potential to be violent, and it was. It was an awesome game, and the Leafs crushed Tampa Bay. And so I'm so looking forward to having these two guys on the phone.
Don Patsku, how are you? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, it's good talking to you.
All right, Don, big Leafs fan, and Frank Fury out there in Tampa Bay. What's up? It's Roz and Mocha.
What's cooking, boys?
Right on.
What do you want me to say?
Okay, hang on a second, Mr. Fury. Hang on.
Fired up.
So, Don, you are the manager of a sports bar called the Penalty Box. You live and breathe Leafs. Frank Fury, you are down in Tampa. You are Tampa Bay's #1 fan. So let's start with you, Frank Fury. What was your take on Game 1?
Monday night, I got to take my hats off to the Leafs. What do you want to say? It's Game 1. If you were going to win awards after Game 1, you'd be the champ every year, no?
Okay, Don, how did you feel after Game 1?
Well, I feel a heck of a lot better than if we had lost. So we played a really great game, and as Frank said, it's only one game. We still have to win 3 more, so it's a process.
Okay, so Frank, let Don know what you feel the Leafs are going to be in for in Game 2.
Well, the Lightning need to wake up. I don't like any of the lines. The Toronto Maple Leafs on Monday night played their hearts on their sleeve. They came out to play. That's the bottom line. It looked like the Lightning was sleeping.
Well, Don, what do you think that Frank and the rest of the Tampa Bay fans need to know about going into Game 2?
Well, this Leafs team is a lot different than the ones in the years gone by. You win eventually through the losses that you've had in the past. And I truly like the chances of the Leafs this year. Don't get me wrong. This Tampa team is the Stanley Cup champions for the last 2 years. They got a tremendous team. But this Leafs team is outstanding as well.
What are your thoughts, Don, on Corey Perry?
I've seen Perry play for many, many years, and I think frustration set in at the very end of the game. Line brawl, you don't see too many of them anymore, but I'm going to reserve judgment on Corey
No,
Perry
no,
until after.
no, no,
This
no.
is not how this was supposed
There
to
is
go.
there is no reserving judgment, Don.
No, after we win our fourth game, then I'll say what I want to say.
Frank, you cool with that? You
okay.
cool with that, Frank?
I want to know, do you guys wear a black patch on the front of your jerseys that say first round?
Hey, Frank, how many Cubs have you seen for Tampa?
I've seen all three.
Three?
If you're old enough, you remember the Dead Sea when it was only 6. So 1967 is a long time.
You know what? That's irrelevant to me. The fact is, I've seen 4, so I trump you by 1.
Okay. I'm happy.
So there you go, 4-3. I'm ahead of you. You're not going to get the 4th this year. That's a guarantee.
All right.
Yeah, I love a challenge. I like this too.
They'll give you my number. We'll make a side bet.
You got it.
All right, brother.
You come up to my bar anytime, okay?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, man. You come down to Tampa, I'll show you a great time.
Perfect.
Now, like
I like
said,
it.
after game 4, all that might change.
Yeah,
You guys are not supposed to be best friends by the end of this conversation.
Yeah.
No. I still like our chances.
Easy. If Don's going to go down to Tampa and wake up with no wallet, no pants in the back of a van somewhere.
I'll introduce him to every Florida man out there.
Sounds good.
All right, game 2, 7:30 Scotiabank Arena, Leafs and Tampa Bay. Frank Fury and Don Patsku, thank you very much for joining us on the Roz and Mocha Show. We are going to check in with you guys after the next game as well, okay?
Perfect.
God, it might be a different type of phone call, so watch your back, Don.
Frank, listen, I'm a big boy. I can handle it. No problem.
You guys are the best. Love you both.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Right on.
Take care.
boys.
Bye-bye.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So here we are, game 3 day. Tonight's the night, 7:30 in Tampa. Series is now tied at 1. Leafs and Lightning, of course, is what we're talking about.
We have 2 huge fans. One giant Leafs fan, Don Patsku, the manager of the Penalty Box Sports Bar. And then down in Tampa Bay, Frank Fury, Tampa Bay's #1 fan.
Fellas, what's going on? How are we feeling today?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
Frank, your thoughts on the last game?
Oh, come on. The lines were changed up. Players played with a little more heart. Now it becomes the best of 5. It's so sunny and shiny here in Tampa. I'm excited for the boys to get on the ice tonight. Now it becomes the best of 5 with us having home the field advantage. I love it.
Okay, Don, what were your thoughts on game 2?
Well, we got to stay out of the box, number 1. 7 times in the box. In that game, 5 the previous game. That's 12 power plays, including a major. So I'm telling you, the Leafs are shooting themselves in the foot. But to coin a phrase, I'm going up against Frank now. I mean, I understand it's all tied, et cetera, but to coin a phrase, I don't care about the lines being changed or what have you. To take it from your coach, Mr. Cooper, we just made it too damn easy for you guys.
Frank, you think that? You think that the Leafs handed you guys this one?
No, not at all. I mean, listen. The refs just blew another whistle, so you want to stay out of that penalty box.
But I was talking more along the lines, Frank, about your coach saying after game 1, Leafs didn't play particularly well. We made them look good. So I'm saying the exact same thing back
I
to
see
you.
what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, because Mr. Cooper
agree with
invented
that.
the game of hockey. We know that,
I know. Listen, jealousy sets in. It's rough. Like I said, you were riding your horse to school with the last time the Leafs won the Stanley Cup, and that's the reason why they built the Hall of Fame out there for you guys, so you can continue to look at that.
Frank, I watched that game in '67. The game in '67 I watched in color, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but guess what? Like, not to defend Frank or anything, but he watched all 3 of the titles with Tampa in HD.
Yeah.
That's quite possible, but guess what? I watched 4, so that still trumps him by 1.
Okay. Hey, Frank, well, one thing I want to get into here, Frank, is that there's a reality going into game 3, which is in Tampa, which we all know Tampa is basically Toronto South. And that place may be cheering just as loud for the Leafs as it ever has for Tampa Bay, and you know that.
Listen, that's during the regular season when I sell my season tickets to you fools, and I go enjoy myself in the pool. It's not going to happen during the playoffs.
Wow. All right, one final thought from each of you. Don Patsku, who is a major Leafs fan, and Frank Fury, a major Tampa Bay fan, before Game 3 tonight at 7:30. Don, your final words for Frank.
Well, I think that you're going to see a lot more Leafs fans that Frank is thinking is, are going to be there. There's going to be a lot of Leaf contingent, and I truly predict the Leaf victory tonight.
All right, Frank?
I'm going to go with a 5-2 victory, Lightning, and Cooch is going to have 2 goals.
All right.
Oh, wow. Hey, Don, give us a score.
Leafs 4-2, Matthews with 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. There we go.
Amazing. Frank Fury, Don Patsku, hopefully we'll check in with you in the next couple of days, but game time is 7:30 tonight. Leafs and Lightning in Tampa Bay. Frank, I'm sorry you have to hear me say this, but we're in Toronto, so go Leafs, go!
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Man, everybody's got their own tequila, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So The Rock has it. One of the Jenners has it, which she got in trouble for. And everybody else is allowed to have their own tequila, but one of the Jenner girls got in trouble.
Yeah, Kendall. She has her
Kendall.
818. I haven't tried that one. I've tried both of the Rocks ones.
Yeah. How are the Rocks ones?
Smooth as hell.
George
Are they
Clooney's
really?
is awesome.
I haven't
And
tried
That's right.
the
Clooney. Yeah,
one,
Clooney has Luda. They all got tequilas. So Kevin Hart is the latest star now to get into the world of I need my own tequila. And it's like, and the name of the tequila, first of all, it's the longest name for any alcohol ever. But it's like the most Chris Rock thing because it's
Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart. Yeah, my bad. Listen to this.
I didn't just put my name on this. This is real for me. I love tequila. Love it. So much that I had to make my own. But love will only take you so far. You want great, you go out and get great. In this case, 11 generations worth of great. This is Gran Coromino Tequila Cristalino.
Oh, Gran Coromino, Cristalino, Camino?
Yeah,
What? El
yeah.
Camino?
Yeah, it's Gran Corleano Tequila Cristalino, I think is what it's called.
I can't wait to see, because Kevin Hart and The Rock have such a great relationship, great friendship. And anytime they get together, it's always battle, right? So I can't wait to see the two of them battle it out on IG with their tequilas.
I can't drink tequila, man.
No?
No, because tequila to me, to me if I have tequila, it's not an alcohol, like it's a narcotic. Like tequila does different things to my body than any other alcohol. Like I don't have that thing that makes me enjoy tequila. Like to me, tequila is poison. All tequila is poison. Like it doesn't make me feel drunk. It does stuff to my head. It's wild. Can't drink it.
I think for me, when I smell tequila, some of them have such a strong smell. It reminds me of throwing up. Because I remember one time
and then you drink it?
Yeah, I had way too much tequila and I threw up. And anytime I smell, the first initial smell of tequila, it always takes me back to that time when I threw up after drinking way too much tequila. But I found that some of the, not to say I'm a baller, but some of the pricier tequilas, they don't have that strong of a scent, right? So that's the stuff that I could manage.
I have that same problem with orange juice.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, Maury. One time I drank too many screwdrivers.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Maury, what would, if you were to create, if somebody came to you and said, we want to do a signature alcohol with you, would it be like what? Like sourpuss?
Sourpuss, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Cormalino sourpuss or whatever it's called.
Cormalino sourpussalino?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Mocha.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Ellen DeGeneres thanks her viewers after she taped her final episode yesterday. She went on Instagram to say, we taped our final episode of the Ellen DeGeneres Show, which airs on May 26th. When we started the show in 2003, the iPhone didn't exist. Social media didn't exist. Gay marriage wasn't legal. We watched the world change, sometimes for the better, sometimes not. Being invited into your lives has been the greatest privilege of my life and has brought me incredible joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that is from Ellen DeGeneres. And then over on James Corden, kind of a shock last night, which is this is how James started his show.
I've decided to sign for one more year on the show, and that this will be my last year hosting the Late Late Show. Don't you dare! This will be my last year hosting the show. You know, when I started this journey, it was always going to be just that. It was going to be a journey, an adventure. I never saw it as my final destination, you know, and I never want this show to overstay its welcome in any way. I always want to love making it. And I really think in a year from now, that'll be a good time to move on and see what else might be out there. Okay, but I got to tell you, we're not leaving today. We still have a year, and there'll be tears. There'll be so many tears, because this has been the hardest decision I've ever had to make. It really has.
So
a
no
lot
more
of people
James.
thought that's what you were going to announce.
What, that I was taking James Corden's show?
No, that you were going to announce your retirement.
Oh.
Can you imagine Roz doing carpool karaoke?
No, I can't.
I'm like, I would have left you guys. Bro, I wouldn't be here right now. Please, I wouldn't even announce that. I just buy a plane ticket. See you later, suckers.
You'd be sitting in a Rolls Royce with Celine Dion.
Come on now. But they're going to miss, because Corden is really the viral machine that drives late night.
Yeah.
You know, with viewership down and the competition between the Jimmy, all of this stuff, it's really James Corden who, that show and their producers and the games and the bits and carpool karaoke, all the sort of original things that they came up with, really took off. And his average as far as what caught is like, back in the day when Letterman was doing that kind of stuff, where he was doing like, you know, stupid human tricks and stupid pet tricks and the dumb top 10 list, like they had all these original ideas that really, really took off. And it was difficult for anybody else to, in late night, nobody wanted to compete in that world. So they just did interviews and jokes and a monologue. And then James Corden came around and he just went back to that. And then everybody else had to do that too.
I wonder if he signed
his
like
people
another
just do
deal
it
with
best.
something.
I don't know.
Like to do like a show with Netflix or Prime.
Maybe that may be it. I had said early on that, but it's not going to happen. But the production company behind Ellen DeGeneres, whoever syndicates that show, really should have thrown whatever money they had at James Corden to take over daytime, because he would have just ruled daytime forever.
Absolutely.
Doing all that stuff, all of everything on his show translates to daytime.
Yeah.
But only he's great friends with all the biggest stars. Like he would be that sort of Ellen. But yeah, so no more James Corden. He's got 1 year left.
His company also is the one that did the whole Adele special. Like his company produces stuff as well.
Yeah,
right?
but there's vanity involved, though. He's not on television when Adele's standing on stage. He needs to be on TV.
Yeah, totally.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Johnny Depp, his salaries for the movies he had done. So they were talking to his agent and trying to figure out what Johnny Depp, they were alluding to what he had lost monetarily because of the allegations that Amber Heard brought against him. And so they just wanted to get a sense of what he makes per movie. And the Pirates movies had ended before this. He hadn't done a movie since then. So these were mid-level to sort of smaller films that he had done. I think the biggest was the Fantastic Beasts movie. But this is Johnny's agent talking about what he made while filming movies between 27 and I think 2020 was the release dates of all these.
What was Mr. Depp's compensation for City of Lies?
I believe it was $8 million.
What was Mr. Depp's compensation for Murder on the Orient Express?
If my memory serves me, I think it was $10 million.
What was Mr. Depp's compensation for Crimes of Grindelwald?
I think it was $13.5 million.
And backing up a bit, Mr. Wiggum, what was the first business opportunity you were able to secure for Mr. Depp?
So I believe it was The Professor, I believe.
How much compensation, if any, did he receive for performing in that smaller film, The Professor?
That deal was $3.5 million.
What was Mr. Depp paid for Waiting for the Barbarians?
$1 million.
How much was Mr. Depp ultimately paid for Minamata?
It was $3 million.
Wow. So that's $38.5 million.
Yeah,
Everything that he just rhymed off.
Not bad, huh? And he would make all of that for doing one of those Pirates movies for sure, right?
Easily.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is the prequel to the Hunger Games. Will be directed by the same director, Francis Lawrence, who did Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 1 and Mockingjay Part 2, set for release November 17th. So this is, I guess, when President Snow is 18. So it's pre-Hunger Games. It's like the first round of Hunger Games before they get to Katniss.
Do we see how they created the Hunger Games?
I-
Like maybe how it all came to be?
No, because how many Hunger Games? When we get to the Katniss series, I don't remember. I'm not a Hunger Games
Isn't it
expert.
3?
But I don't know. No, because this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Because
in the
Snow
book
was
world,
in
right?
yes, Snow was in the Hunger Games, and Snow's old in the Hunger Games.
Right, but if this is when he was 18, maybe we're going to see how it all came, how it all
We
started.
may get that, but so that is set for release November 17th.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Andrew Garfield clarifying comments that he made yesterday with regards to taking a break from acting. So that was the big headline, is that Andrew Garfield, he had a hell of a year. He had Eyes of Tammy Faye, Tick, Tick, Boom, Spider-Man, all those things last year. So it made sense that he would take a break. So this is Andrew Garfield today clarifying what he had said.
No, I literally said I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna have like a holiday, and I think people just make a story out of nothing. But no, I've been working hard, and I've been loving the work I've been doing, but also, I need to take a month or so. A month of a break, maybe two.
Now, I like Andrew Garfield, right? But we, doing what we do for a living, we always get accused of just that, making a story out of nothing. You always hear that. Ugh, blown so out of proportion, making a story out of nothing. So let's go back and hear what Andrew Garfield said yesterday.
I'm just so fortunate, and I am going to take a break, though. I'm going to rest for a little bit, and I need to kind of recalibrate and reconsider what I want to do next and who I want to be, and just be a bit of a person for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taking a break from what you do for a living and just going on vacation for a month are two completely different things.
When you start including in that, I just want to see what kind of person I am. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not a month.
Then
When you
what he should have said today is, I could see how it was taken out of context.
No, what he should have said the other day was, I'm
Yes.
going on vacation for a month.
Thank you, right? Not taking a break to see what's out there, find out what kind of person I am. This is all self-reflective, self-improvement stuff that is not a vacation.
Yeah.
Like it's not a long weekend. So we understood that as, some sort of extended break, which is everybody's fine with
Like
that.
when Ryan Reynolds announced that he was taking a break. Like he legit said, like, I'm taking this amount of time off for these reasons.
Right.
Right? Like, I'm not going to be working. I already did a lot of work. Like Andrew Garfield, bro, like, because you're going to screw off to Cabo for a month?
Oh, geez. Excuse me.
Oh, like that's vacation.
Look at Mocha. Mocha's living in 1995. obviously, he's going to Cabo.
Yep.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Amber Heard is set to testify this week, if everything goes well, this down in Virginia, for the $50 million defamation case that Johnny Depp launched against her. Of course, she countersued for $100 million. It's not looking good. So she fired the other day her crisis management team. If you wonder, we've talked about this. Remember when Will Smith did the whole slap and all that stuff, right?
Who could forget?
So when we were saying that you were watching this world play out in real time, how somebody can do something awful, and then collectively there's an organization behind each of those individuals that makes this stuff go away. They disappear it, right? Part of that are these crisis management teams. And Amber Heard was working with a company called Precision Strategies that she fired because she, quote, doesn't like the bad headlines she's been getting from the trial, saying that she was frustrated with her story not being told effectively. These are the people that go and they change the narrative, right? And then so she hired another company to kind of take over, but it's super rare for somebody to make this switch like in the middle of an actual crisis. The company she fired, by the way, was co-founded by Obama's ex-advisor and deputy campaign manager.
Oh, wow.
And they are known as one of the best crisis firms in the world, but they can't rewrite the history of what happened because Amber Heard did not want cameras in the courtroom. She fought like hell to move it out of that jurisdiction. Johnny Depp desperately wanted cameras in the courtroom. Amber Heard lost. And I don't know how you fix, like, it's gotten to the point now, especially after she pooped in the bed and then went to Coachella because she was mad at him.
Yeah.
Like there's now, like, I saw a picture of a dog right? And you know when people put like they put notes in front of their dogs and stuff,
sure,
right? Like disciplining them, or it wasn't me, or all this stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I saw one where there's a big piece of cardboard in front of a German Shepherd, and I guess there was poop somewhere, and all the cardboard read was, "It was Amber Heard."
Oh no!
Right? You know what I mean? Like she's
Yeah.
a meme now. You can't fix that. No crisis management team is going to be able to reverse that. Like
But
you
how
are
do they-
already that.
How does a crisis management team go through and fix headlines of stuff that's being played out in court?
Because the whole thing is
Right?
that if cameras weren't in the courtroom, they
Well, I
would
guess,
be able to
yeah.
at the end of the day launch this barrage of headlines and notes from the trial because we wouldn't have seen it.
Right. That
So
would be in her favor.
That would totally be in her favor. Exactly. So that's what she's trying to do now, but she could take the stand as early as tomorrow, I think it was.
Good luck.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Part of the big cuts at Netflix, because if you remember 2 weeks ago, Netflix said that they lost 200,000 subscribers, and that number is only going to go down, not up. And one of the casualties was Netflix quietly dropped Pearl, which was the working title for the animated series that was created by Meghan Markle. Because if you remember, Meghan Markle and Harry signed a deal in 2020 with Netflix to create scripted series, docuseries, documentaries, features, and children's programming. And Pearl was their first animated show for kids that they were doing. Executive produced by David Furnish as well. And I think the description was that centers around the adventures of a 12-year-old girl who finds inspiration in a variety of influential women throughout history, kind of thing. So like a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure kind of thing, but animated. But dead, gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So if they're like...
But that's just that show, not their actual deal.
No, but this was their first project.
They could go to Amazon.
Right? No, because they're signed to Netflix.
I know, but if they drop it, doesn't that give somebody else an option to buy it?
No. Not when you were creating a show for Netflix. It wasn't like they weren't creating a show and then trying to sell it. They already had the deal with Netflix. So no Meghan Markle show.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Shawn Mendes was co-hosting with Jimmy Fallon on Friday night. Do you want to hear some of the jokes, or do you want to hear Shawn talking about social
I want to
media?
hear how funny he is.
So he walked out and joined Jimmy for some of the monologue.
Hey, you want to try some monologue jokes?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it, guys. Well, I heard that this year New York City is getting 60 new electric buses.
Yeah, electric buses, or as they're also known, subways. How about this one? Try this.
Hey, I saw that a new poll said that every average American sets 4 different alarms to wake up in the morning. Did you know that?
Yeah. No, I didn't know. The poll also found that the average person's spouse says, if that goes off a 5th time, we're getting a divorce.
Yep. 4 alarms. Everyone's like, we don't know why we're so tired. And then they went back scrolling TikTok till 3 a.m.
Yeah, of course. That's what we all do. Listen to this. A professional soccer player in England is missing a game tomorrow because he got a cotton swab stuck in his ear.
Johnson was like, can we have one good day of PR?
Please.
Just one. He could remove the Q-tip, but he's not allowed. No hands.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Okay,
it's kind of
we'll
weak
get
writing.
to the other. We'll get to the
fair
other
that-
clip later. Maury, what do you think of his delivery?
Well, his delivery was great, but for the first two, let the guy have the punchline.
Oh, I get
Like
you.
he set it up, but like, come on,
That's
man.
where I thought it was going.
I get you.
Jimmy should have let him have the first couple of jokes, like on his own,
Right,
and just react,
right,
And then
right.
maybe team up for the rest. I just thought the writing was just
Okay, go to clip number 2 then, because they did another comedy bit where this is with Shawn Mendes reading thank you notes, and I'm Maury as the comedian, Maury.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're
and
welcome.
huge Shawn Mendes fan.
Yes, so I want to get your thoughts on his delivery on this.
Thank you, Top Gun Maverick, for being the movie version of a chest bump.
Oh, yeah.
That's very nice. Thank you, Spotify logo, for looking like 3 worms decided to spoon each other.
Okay, that was a good one. I like that one. Yeah. I like that one.
That was a good one. I like that one.
You like that?
Yeah,
That was
super.
super.
I like
Making
that
me
one.
look bad on
No,
my
that
first
was a
time.
great one.
Thank you, windshield wipers, for letting my car dance to hip hop hooray.
See, they gave him better writing there,
yeah.
right? Like, I think his delivery's kind of good.
His
but,
delivery was perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, water, for always being the perfect duet partner.
Okay. See?
Not bad. Yeah, like when they give him good punchlines.
Are perfect together. Yeah, it's
You look good with water, too.
No, but it always, yeah, isn't it odd? It always rains whenever you
Rains,
perform.
yeah.
Yeah, indoors.
Yeah.
It's really unbelievable.
My sleeves are never on either.
Yeah, no, exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Like he's good with what's written for him, and then when he has to ad lib,
Yeah, but I think that was more Jimmy than it was Sean, though. To be
But he
honest
was
with you, Sean,
fantastic.
Jimmy wasn't giving them much, right?
No,
But anyway, that was Sean Mendes Friday night with Jimmy Fallon.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Washington, D.C. was fancy this weekend. It was the annual, the return of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. More than 2,000 journalists joined all the celebs and the president and everybody else in the room where they haven't done this in a while, one, because of COVID, and two, because Trump didn't go. So this was the first time a president actually went to the Correspondents' Dinner.
Gotcha.
For the first time in like 6 years. Trevor Noah talking about the sort of elephant in the room was that all the journalists in that room have spent the last 2 years lecturing people on masks and lecturing people on COVID and lecturing people on super spreader events and lecturing people on all this stuff. And yet they get an invite to go and have dinner with the president. And they're all like, yep.
It is my great honor to be speaking tonight at the nation's most distinguished super spreader event.
Yeah, exactly.
No, for real, people, what are we doing here? Let's be honest. What are we doing? Like, did none of you learn anything from the gridiron dinner? Nothing. Huh?
Oh, no.
Like, do you read any of your own newspapers? I mean, I expect this from Sean Hannity, but the rest of you, what are you doing here? You guys spent the last 2 years telling everyone the importance of wearing masks and avoiding large indoor gatherings. Then the second someone offers you a free dinner, you all turn into Joe Rogan. Huh?
Damn.
I mean, Dr. Fauci dropped out. That should have been a pretty big sign. Fauci thought it was too dangerous to come tonight. Pete Davidson thinks it's okay. And we all went with Pete. Okay.
He also, a part of the Correspondents' Dinner, of course, is you get to roast the president when you're the host of the Correspondents' Dinner.
I'll be honest, if you didn't come, I totally would have understood. Yeah, because these people have been so hard on you, which I don't get. I really don't. You know, I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. You know, gas is up, rent is up, food is up.
Oh, no.
Everything. President Biden's lack of a filter does get him into hot water sometimes. You know, last month he caused a huge international incident saying that Vladimir Putin should be removed from power. It was very, very upsetting to Russia. Yeah, until someone explained to them that none of the stuff Biden wants actually gets done.
That's why Trump never wanted to go.
I know. Do you want to hear Biden? Because Biden got up and did a couple jokes. Do you
Did he
want to
really?
hear? Yeah.
He
Do you
was
want to hear?
good.
Do you want to hear Biden? Okay, let's play Biden. Let's play Biden.
I'm really excited to be here tonight with the only group of Americans with a lower approval rating than I have.
Oh, damn.
This is the first time the president attended this dinner in 6 years. It's understandable. We had a horrible plague, followed by 2 years of COVID.
Look at Biden.
Tonight, we come here to answer a very important question in everybody's mind. Why in hell are we still doing this? And folks, I'm not really here to roast the GOP. That's not my style. Besides, there's nothing I can say about the GOP that Kevin McCarthy hasn't already put on tape. You know, at the same time, a lot of people say the Republican Party is too extreme, too divisive, too controlled by one person. But Republicans seem to support one fella, some guy named Brandon. He's having a really good year.
That's the whole
I'm
let's
kinda happy
go
for
Brandon
him.
thing.
All right. Let's
yeah.
go, Brandon.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
Do you
fine.
think?
It
Do you
was
think
fine. It
the
was
president
fine.
does he have to? Obviously, he didn't write those jokes, right?
No.
He had a writer. Now, does he approve of everything before he starts saying it, or was it like gone? Has it gone through like multiple approvals before it makes it to him saying, "Hey, just so you know, this has been vetted."
I don't know how much of anything they allow Biden to approve these days, to be honest with you. You know,
Stand up there and read, Gramps.
Yeah. Maybe they gave him one. You know, why don't you approve this one? But no, I don't think he's doing much these. I don't think he's doing much these days.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Bill Murray. So the controversy with Bill Murray was that he was doing this shoot called Being Mortal for this. He was shooting this movie. It's Aziz Ansari's new movie. Aziz is starring in it, writing it, and then making his directorial debut. And production was shut down because of quote unquote inappropriate conduct on the side of Bill Murray. And so Bill Murray was at an event over the weekend and sort of broke down what went down, what he did to get that production shut down.
There's a difference we had a difference of opinion. I had a difference of opinion with a woman I'm working with. I did something I thought was funny, and it wasn't taken that way. The company, the movie studio, wanted to do the right thing, so they wanted to check it all out, investigate it, and so they stopped the production. But as of now, we're talking, and we're trying to make peace with each other. I think that's where the real issue is between our peace. We're both professionals. We like each other's work. We like each other, I think, and if we can't really get along and trust each other, there's no point in going further, working together or making a movie as well. It's been quite an education for me. I've been doing not much else but thinking about it for the last week or two, and I feel like if I don't see that, you know, the world's different than it was when I was a little kid. You know, what I always thought was funny as a little kid isn't necessarily the same as what's funny now. Things change and the times change. So it's important for me to figure it out. And I think the most important thing is that it's best for the other person. I thought about it and I figured if it's not best for the other person, it doesn't matter what happens for me.
And didn't they say, like, on set, like, he rubs women's arms and, like, pets their hair and stuff like that? Because that's just sort of like, oh, it's just the way Bill is.
Yeah.
And then for,
It's
you
like
know,
flirty, jokey.
Yeah, and they let him, you know, he just does that stuff for decades until somebody says something. And then he's like, oh, the world is changing. And then you're like, no, somebody just decided to finally call you out, right?
Yeah, on this behavior that's been happening for decades.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Pete Davidson got a tattoo and probably ruined Kanye West's weekend.
What do you mean?
So Pete Davidson, right on his neck, he got the letters K, N, S, C, and P right across his neck right there.
Hold on. Say it again.
Yeah.
Write this down.
K,
Yeah.
N,
N,
S,
S,
C,
C,
and P.
P.
Yeah. Right across his neck. Just in, like, not even like a fancy font. Just like, it looks like his hand drawn on there, to be honest with you.
Oh, I know what this is.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Okay, Kanye.
No, it's worse.
Worse than Kanye?
Yeah, worse.
Kanye.
So what people are saying...
Kanye's
No, it's worse.
not-
No, it's worse. What people are saying that the K, N, S, C, and P stand for is Kim, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm. Kanye's kids.
Oh,
There
that's low
is
if it is.
no
Oh, God.
way, Pete Davidson.
Bro, it's there on his neck.
Okay, listen. Right from the jump, okay?
Yeah.
I was on Pete's side, okay? Mm-hmm. And was a big Kanye West fan.
Yeah.
But I was on Pete's side in this whole ordeal.
Yeah.
This move right here is taking it a little too far, in my opinion.
He was on stage doing stand-up for the first time in like 3 years or something like that the other day, and this was for the Netflix As a Joke, their big comedy special that was supposed to happen a couple of years ago, but they're putting it together now. And it was the first time he's made mention of all the taunting and bullying on behalf of Kanye. Remember when Kanye said that Pete Davidson has AIDS?
Yeah.
So Pete was on stage, and he goes, I went to the doctor to be tested for AIDS. Because he thought maybe he had it because Kanye was quote unquote a genius, and he was told by the doctor, no, you don't have AIDS. You just look like it.
Oh, no, Pete Davidson.
And then he went on. Now, he did a bunch of Kanye jokes as far as like sort of being in that world, but no mention of Kim Kardashian at all. And he was saying that he referenced a picture. There was a picture at a basketball game in 2021 where it was Pete Davidson, Chris Rock, and Jon Stewart. And he said that, since then he's had, Kanye decapitated him. Chris Rock got slapped, and he said Jon Stewart should watch his back. So anyway, so that was it.
I just looked on Kanye's IG, and he scrubbed everything. Like, there's no post, nothing. So I just didn't know if maybe he would have addressed it by now. Yo, Pete, if that is true, Pete Davidson, like, you don't go and do that, man.
Hey.
I don't like that.
So according to TMZ, Amber Heard's role in Aquaman, and so TMZ is quoting Grace Randolph, who's known to get some really solid comic book movie scoops. And Grace Randolph says that Amber apparently will be in less than 10 minutes of the new Aquaman movie.
Whoa, so they just went in and just edit.
And when James Wan wrapped the film, he posted a picture of himself with Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson, the other star of the movie, and did a whole, hey, we're all wrapped. It was wonderful. It was awesome. No mention of Amber Heard in his post. Now here, I want to, my two people on this show who are most picky about the sort of optics of social media. Damn it, Maury and Deepa. What people were freaking out about was that Jason Momoa hasn't posted anything about Amber Heard, even when they wrapped the movie. But Jason Momoa did follow Johnny Depp on Instagram. Okay, so Deepa, does that say something?
100%. That
Yeah?
says everything that you need to know.
Okay, Maury, you feel the same way?
Oh, absolutely. By the way, 10 minutes in Aquaman is still more than Zendaya was in Dune.
That's true. Wait till Dune 2, though. That's going to be all Zendaya, that movie.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So according to TMZ, Amber Heard's role in Aquaman, and so TMZ is quoting Grace Randolph, who's known to get some really solid comic book movie scoops. And Grace Randolph says that Amber apparently will be in less than 10 minutes of the new Aquaman movie.
Whoa, so they just went in and just edit.
And when James Wan wrapped the film, he posted a picture of himself with Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson, the other star of the movie, and did a whole, hey, we're all wrapped. It was wonderful. It was awesome. No mention of Amber Heard in his post. Now here, I want to, my two people on this show who are most picky about the sort of optics of social media. Damn it, Maury and Deepa. What people were freaking out about was that Jason Momoa hasn't posted anything about Amber Heard, even when they wrapped the movie. But Jason Momoa did follow Johnny Depp on Instagram. Okay, so Deepa, does that say something?
100%. That
Yeah?
says everything that you need to know.
Okay, Maury, you feel the same way?
Oh, absolutely. By the way, 10 minutes in Aquaman is still more than Zendaya was in Dune.
That's true. Wait till Dune 2, though. That's going to be all Zendaya, that movie.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sir Drew Barrymore is apologizing now for, I guess, making light of the Johnny Depp trial. So this was what Drew Barrymore had to say on her show when she was riffing on it with Anthony Anderson.
I am on the feeder. It's like one layer of crazy. It's a 7-layer dip of insanity.
It's truly amazing just to sit back and read the transcripts of what they've done to each other.
Every night I get in bed and I'm like,
Dude's like, this needs to be on TV. He lost a fingertip. He drew his name in blood on the wall.
how about the burnt body and why a Honda Civic?
Yeah.
What did the Honda Civic? What? You know, the next day at Honda, they all came into the office and they were like, why did he pick us?
It's just material. It's just anyway. So everybody went in on poor Drew Barrymore, and then she was forced to post this video.
Hi, it has come to my attention that I have offended people with making light of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and for that I just want to deeply apologize and appreciate everyone who spoke out, because this can be a teachable moment for me and how I move forward and how I conduct myself. I can be a more thoughtful and better person moving forward, because all I want to do is be a good person. And I very much appreciate the depth of this, and I will grow and change from it. And I thank everyone for helping me grow along the way and teaching me. Thank you.
Is there any one person that called Drew Barrymore out that truly believes in their heart that Drew Barrymore's a bad person?
No. I didn't find anything wrong with
Right. You know, like you can't make, God, if we're dragging Drew Barrymore, how far down the hole have we all gone? It's Drew Barrymore, for God's sake.
Can't make jokes?
Well, first of all, that I understand there's certain things that you don't want to joke about, right? Because there's a serious matter. It's domestic abuse. But there's a ridiculousness to this trial that you can't help but be amazed by. Like when they had that guy on the stand and they asked him 55 times if he Amber Heard saw Amber Heard wearing makeup. Like, to me, that's like one question.
Sure.
Right? But all that time, 35 minutes of that, and then he starts vaping in the car and the witness starts driving away. Like, the whole thing was crazy.
Like the part when he was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, and he takes off.
Yeah, and also I love the way that they ask questions. These questions that these lawyers ask are so ridiculous. So when they were talking about Paul Bettany, I don't know if you saw this part, but the way lawyers ask questions is so crazy to me. So Johnny Depp, friends with Paul Bettany, right? Vision from WandaVision. And Johnny Depp has done drugs in the past and had made reference to doing drugs in the past with Paul Bettany. And the lawyer asked the question. He looks at Johnny Depp and he goes, so would you consider Paul Bettany to be a friend that you've done drugs with? And Johnny Depp's like, well, I mean, that's a weird way to ask that question. He's a friend. Yeah. But like, that's how they ask everything, right? And Johnny Depp, when they were talking to him, he's like, so Johnny Depp, now you look at that picture right now. So that is a small box. And you used to carry that box around with you. And inside that box was cocaine. And then Johnny Depp goes, yeah, that looks about the size of a box that could hold cocaine. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing is ridiculous. There's a ridiculousness to this that you can't help be like, oh my God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And however Drew Barrymore wants to process what's going on, I don't think Drew Barrymore was being insensitive, but my God, you can't drag the woman for it.
The Roz and Mocha Show
podcast.
Well. Leafs win. Big game last night.
Played back to the line for Jake. Muzzin scores!
There's one.
Matthews scores!
There's two.
He's in alone! Scores!
There's three.
Back to Marner, walking in! Scores!
There's four.
Marner's playoff drought is over! Here's an open end! Scores!
There's five.
Wow.
So good.
5-0. But listen, this is Tampa Bay. Like I think
I know.
The last three games now that they've played, I think Leafs won 6-2. They lost 8-1, and then they just won 5-0. So this is like just what these two teams do.
Yo, and that brawl that broke out in the third?
Bruh, Corey Perry, man, that guy, I'm going to lick my fingers and just slap him. What a douche. Mitch Marner after the big win.
It was great. I think just in general, our whole four guys plus Soupy out there did a great job. Whoever was out on the ice. We didn't fool around with the puck too much. If we had our opportunities, we took them. But other than that, I thought we did a great job coming back, being hard at our blue line, getting pucks out when we needed to. You know, it's a good start for us, but obviously we know it's going to be a bigger challenge next game. We've got to be ready for it.
How come hockey players never sound happy?
I know. They do at the end.
You just won a game.
I know.
But still, you know how many minutes they played on that ice? Like at 100%?
Yeah.
They're tired.
Yeah, but hockey is different. Like in baseball and NBA, like they celebrate everything, right?
Yeah.
Hockey, they do not. They celebrate if you win 16 games in the playoffs.
There must
That's
be hockey
it.
talking training because they all sound the same.
Yeah, because they all started doing this when they were 8. You know what I mean? Like, it's the only thing they know. Here's Austin Matthews.
I thought we just played fast, and I thought it was a really good effort by us. A lot of really good things that we did tonight, but it's a series. It's going to be a long series. It's a really good team on the other end, and they're going to be ready to go next game. So got to watch this one, learn from it. Obviously, a really great win, but we're going to move on to the next one.
They should just switch it up and do like how like wrestling promos.
I would love that.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Tampa Bay. We're not done yet. We're coming to game 2 even harder.
You're right. It would be. But
Suck it. Amazing.
I don't think anybody's done that. I mean, you get guys that like chirp and stuff like that, but then they always apologize for it afterwards. Listen, man, I don't want to say anything, but I'm sorry. But and then they just say something.
Because you never know
that was
that
unfair.
that person may be your teammate in the future.
I know,
right?
I know. Well, that's the thing is that John Tavares and Steve Stamkos are very good friends. Like they grew up together and played on like junior hockey, like when they were children together.
Yeah, but now it's battle.
I know. I think they said last night the team that they were on when they were little kids. I think that they said that the team went 47-0-1 that year, or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, when they were little kids.
Beast mode.
I know.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Justin Lin quit the Fast and Furious movie.
Justin Lin, the director?
Yeah. And it's
The new one?
Yeah. And it's interesting because he's staying on as a producer. We've seen stories over the last little while where directors have been fired. The guys who were directing the Star Wars Solo movie got fired. A couple other directors got fired and replaced midway through. You don't often hear of directors quitting a production. And it had everything to do with Vin Diesel. This according to sources. So Lin had a, quote, major disagreement with Vin Diesel. There was a 4-person meeting that began with Diesel having new notes, and it ended with a slam door and Justin finally saying that he had enough, saying this movie was not worth my mental health. A Universal spokesperson said any creative differences leading to Justin Lin's exit were with the studio, not with fellow producers, cast, or crew, because, yes, Vin Diesel is the star, but he's also a producer on the movie. Justin Lin is going to stay on as a producer on the movie. One source claims that Vin Diesel shows up late for set, doesn't know his lines, and he shows up out of shape, but it's his script approval that was the breaking point, where Vin Diesel, I guess, can say yes or no to certain scenes and certain stunts, forcing the director to adjust these massive shoots on the fly. So if they have something set up that they've been working on for weeks, apparently Vin Diesel can come in and say no or do it this way. And that's the sort of frustration of dealing with these massive movies, that Vin Diesel has that kind of power. And Justin Lin literally just said, this ain't worth my mental health, and walked away.
But he doesn't have like complete ownership over the franchise, does he?
Who? Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel.
No. But he's the big star, and whatever's in his contract, whatever they gave him. The Fast franchise for Universal, by the way, is their highest-grossing franchise in history. They've pulled in $6 billion with those movies.
Yeah, I believe
And
it.
Justin Lin had directed 5 of them, I believe it was, and this was the breaking point. Was a meeting
Just
with
after
Vin
working
Diesel.
with them for all those years.
Yeah, right.
Just couldn't take it anymore.
And now, you listen to The Rock. The Rock quit the franchise too. Who's the problem here?
Yeah. Well, and
So what,
his very public beef with Vin Diesel.
You're going to lose the biggest star in the world and the director who can bring one of these movies to theaters on budget and on time. There's not a lot of directors that can do that out in the
You
world.
don't think that they'll like talks behind doors and he'll come back? Because I feel like they need him for this franchise. for this last movie.
No. I think there's already a list of people that there was one story that said he'd already been replaced, and another one said that they hadn't replaced him yet. But no, they'll get somebody, because as when this production shuts down, they're losing $1 million a day.
Yeah.
Without having a director.
Yeah.
It's $1 million a day that they're losing. So there's not a huge window to replace the guy. But so Fast X, I guess is what it's called.
Fast 10.
Fast 10 may look a whole lot different.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I have to start with Garth Brooks.
Okay.
So Garth Brooks concerts are sort of legendary, right? Just for being these massive spectacles. And you always hear these, like the artists that made the most touring in a year, like Garth Brooks is always at the top.
Because he's got like decades under his belt, right?
Thank you. And I sent you guys, it was like just a tweet of what the stadium looked like. So Garth Brooks did a show the other night in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at LSU campus Tiger Stadium. Tiger Stadium holds normally 102,000 people. It's 127,000 people with floor seats. And Garth Brooks sold the place out. And he has a song, and he has a song called Calling Baton Rouge.
Oh my God,
Right?
I'm looking at this video.
He has a song called Calling Baton Rouge. And during the show, somebody tweeted the university and said that I hope your seismologists have all their gear ready. And they wrote back and said, we actually do. 127,000 people at the Garth Brooks show. When he played that song, it was so loud, it registered as an earthquake.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that's insane.
Yeah. Crazy. 100. It was the second largest single artist concert in North American history.
Garth friggin' Brooks.
Garth frickin' Brooks. And his stage is tiny. If you look at that, it's like his stage is small.
Yeah.
And then it's literally just surrounded by 127,000 people. But it was an earthquake. I can't imagine the sound there is going to be any good.
No.
Right? I hear the fiddle. Chaos.
Yeah, you can't even understand what's going on.
Now, do you even bother when you're at a Garth Brooks show, okay, and you're in a stadium of 127,000 people? Do you even bother looking at your partner going, you want to get out of here a bit early and beat the traffic?
Yeah, no.
Like, no, right?
No.
You're
Because-
there all night.
Yes. Yeah. You're going to be in traffic for days.
You may be late for work the next morning. being at that show.
That is a lot of people.
But yeah,
wow,
it
this is
it
incredible.
registered as an earthquake. It was so loud.
Well, good for you, Garth Brooks.
in that stadium.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.